of Fred-based alternatives. That's
I think he's officially quit the podcast.
what
I haven't heard a word from him. He hasn't sent any matriculations.
This is what happens. Someone leaves for interstate, international, and they go, yeah, I'm going to keep going. I'm going to keep Skyping. And then they just fucking drop all contact. Not just like not Skyping, not communicating with us at all. Like no emails, no Facebook, no fucking nothing.
There were some photos a while back. Some photos.
Oh, yeah, when it'll let the fan
I was going to say.
It's just there to
I'll
tempt
just
you.
put it right. Yeah.
You just have to pour a cool drink and wipe it over your brow.
Shit's going to get sexy in here.
Cab wants some olive oil to oil up. And
I was partial to the olive oil idea, but I've been voted out. We were going to do a cam show session because we've got all the you can't see
on
it
the
here.
hottest day of the year.
Yeah,
And that was what the olive oil was for.
The olive oil was for. Well, you can't see it right now, but there's lots of things in this shed, and tucked away there is a lot of like weightlifting exercise equipment. And I thought we could do
Sell it to us.
well a show where we were covered in olive oil and pumping.
They were out so much today, actually. Picture doesn't do it justice, but the pipes were popping today.
Did you take a photo of your
Hello and welcome to Fangin Around. This is episode 38. Recording this on the 11th of February, 2013. It's already the future. Thank goodness for that. I'm James, and going around the table, our biggest podcast ever.
We have Rhett. My name is Rhett Magaragia.
You're giving out your whole name.
Yeah. This could be. Oh, hang on.
This could be detrimental to your
James
career.
is totally going to stalk you online now.
This is going to come back to bite me in like 30 years' time when I'm running
Rookie
for
mistake.
Parliament.
When you're going for Parliament,
They'll be
like trying to become a politician, they'll be like,
Yeah.
actually, we found the Fangin files.
Yeah, listen to what this guy said back then.
Listen to what he said about the Italian community.
We remember. We're all family.
Yes.
Yes.
So Rhett is our new resident scientist, teaming up with Jules across the table. We haven't introduced yet. She can come in later. And next to Rhett is
Natalie.
Hello, Natalie.
Pouring cider.
What's up with you?
Me? Oh, you were looking at Julie.
That was weird.
I'm not good
I
at
was
this.
like, fine. Whatever, James.
I'm not good at that. I missed all the eye rolls last week, so I'm watching Julie just to get suspicious.
Actually, Jules and I are caught up at Laneway, and we had a little
Little eye roll?
conversation about. Well,
Ocular herpes.
oh yeah, we had a little discussion about because I don't know if you guys are familiar.
It's in the
with,
show notes. I put it in for you.
yeah, with vixing with e-users, but we came up with a pretty interesting. I didn't actually find the article that I wrote though. My thumb drive is missing, but yeah. Caught up with her and did a bit of research. You'd be proud.
Cool.
So you guys were pilling and at a rate together.
We were just like,
To safeguard my future political career, I admit to nothing.
look, Marlon Brando was a method
Okay,
actor.
so next to Natalie, we've got
Julie.
Eye roll.
and next to Julie.
Campbell.
Cool.
Cool.
So what do we get started with first? Listener mail.
What have people been saying?
Well, we got some feedback about listener mail / follow-up. We got some feedback about placentas.
Yes.
J. Schumacher on SoundCloud says, you can also dry and powder your placenta and take it in capsules. Really helps in, among other things, preventing postpartum depression / psychosis. So there you go.
Wow.
I don't know what his authority from that is, but...
I mean, I'd imagine it'd be quite difficult to get a steady supply of placenta.
Well,
we were talking
they
about
find
in
a way
China.
in the outer suburbs.
That political career, that's just...
Mine buggered.
They don't vote out there anyway. So placental tablets.
Yep.
It's placenta hair product.
Yeah, I think that he's suggesting you can do it to your own placenta. You can dry it yourself
Yeah.
and powder it.
I think it
It's
must
a
be like
DIY.
animal placenta, the hair thing.
It must be tiger placenta
Oh, can
because
you
that
buy
solves
animal?
everything. Tiger ingesting tiger anything solves everything. I think you'll find. You can buy deer dick down at the Margaret River Venison Factory.
Oh, really?
Farm or factory, I don't know how they brand themselves. You can buy deer penis.
Actual or
dried.
Whoa.
Or like jerky and just...
I think you grind it. I think you shave it or grind it or something like that.
Shaving a penis.
Yeah, just grate a bit of dick on your pasta next time. Yeah.
Just a pumpkin. Nah, I got deer dick.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess if you've expanded into the dick market, you may as well just go placenta, you know? Like,
Yeah.
you're
Or
already...
just go for Bambi.
If you're pushing deer dick for the men, surely you'd be like deer
Deer
placenta for the women, right?
Yeah,
I mean, that's unless they're eating deer vagina.
I was going to say deer vag.
Yeah, labias. I don't know.
Deer
Like, what's
uterus.
wrong with these people? I mean, these people as in people that
Nothing,
consume
because
these
they're
things. I don't mean any
healthy.
racial groups or.
They're healthy as hell.
Yeah,
okay?
they're probably perfect. Oh shit! There goes my political career.
So yeah, thanks for that. Schumacher.
Just imagining the political adverts. Campbell White supports eating deer dick.
What's wrong with these people?
Black and white picture of him. Say no to deer dick.
Just this one quote over and over again.
I will be your opposing party.
No. All right. What's next? James?
Tazra tweeted us during the show last week. He said, just looked up daggering for the first time. What in the serious F? So
Have we been doing with our lives before we found it? I know.
I know.
Pun?
Is it going to hit the clubs?
I don't know.
Did you guys see
did
any
we guys
daggering at
work out?
laneways?
Yes.
There was daggering?
The what?
I don't think it was intentional daggering. I think it was a really
Just dry
off-her-face
humping.
girl. Dry humping her male companion.
Wicked.
But it was it,
Wait,
lo-
is
it
that
was
like
daggering.
a video that's going viral in Perth now or something?
Oh.
No, I'm asking.
No, is there a video going viral?
Oh, well, usually there was that girl who, like, just peed on the ground in the middle of, I think, Future Music Festival in the mosh
Oh, that was
pit.
awesome.
And that went, like, viral, and this girl's friends were all writing on there going, how can you put this up? This girl's a lovely person. And I was like, oh, I feel terrible for her. But
I could see what a lovely personality she had.
she did smile a lot. I felt terrible watching it, but I was like, oh, she seems so nice, and she's always going to be known for this.
I got sent one of this couple just banging like outside Burswood Casino at like 5 a.m. and everyone was just walking up and photographed them. They were completely oblivious to what was going on.
Where at Perth?
Just like on the island next to the taxi rank, like in the flower bed.
The class zone.
And it's just like, they're just fapping away. And you can't even see the girl, you just see this guy's big butt going.
Yuck.
And everyone's just like filming and they're completely oblivious to
They're
this.
just dirty bogans.
Well, I don't know.
Nearly done.
Probably.
I got to say, when you first mentioned daggering, I had this image of, you know, like this person down an alley with a cloak and just, boom, you know, and stabbing someone a few times and running away. But
Oh, so you have no idea what we're talking about. You
well,
just like,
I've got an idea now. It's kind of been evolving.
Get it up
It's
for
been
him.
evolving.
Hooray.
Oh no, am I going to?
Oh my god, it's something.
I think you'll be pleasantly surprised.
I'm about to be shown some
is it
media.
just the Jamaican one.
Did you? So,
Like-
how many cultural groups can we offend in one night and stereotype?
I don't actually know where it comes from. I just saw it.
Do you
A
reckon
Jamaican one.
Any more
that
fan
might-
mail?
Someone anonymous said they just sent us to let us know that as they tuned into the live show last week, and I don't remember when this happened, someone was like, he just says, as I tune in, 2 girls, 1 computer. So I guess he's talking about you guys sharing a computer.
It may have been watching the daggering clip.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's
That's not the reaction that I had.
Yeah. No.
I've never heard anyone have that reaction.
Oh, okay.
I did look at
yeah.
remember we were
Oh, yeah.
talking about the jumping off the ladder?
It gets better.
Yeah.
Though. They get, like,
That's not just a one-off. That's like a whole part of the dancing. So it's like, to be
That's
a good
part of the
daggering,
routine.
you've got to know how to jump off a ladder.
You've got to have access
Yeah.
to a ladder
Yeah.
and practice jumping
Yeah,
off.
I linked in the show notes last week. There's a little short film about this guy, and he's carrying this ladder around town trying to get some.
Oh, now
daggering.
he's a little bit more impressed.
they're like throwing themselves into bush.
You mean they're
this-
dancing?
I need to
They're
link to this
daggering?
video.
this is what the kids are doing these
Where
days.
is daggering from? I'll wiki it because I actually want to know where it's from because it says
Are you
Jamaica
planning your next
on
holiday?
Yeah, I am. Well, it
I
says Jamaica,
did
but is it really from there? Are we besmirching Jamaica?
They look like they're doing it very
You know
well.
how we're trying to think of the word? Is it the culture Rastafarian? Is that a thing?
It's a
That's
religion.
a religion.
That's a religion, okay.
Oh,
I saw a video on YouTube that was like, I think it was a white tourist getting daggered, and it was a video of this white girl on the beach getting daggered by guys, and the YouTube comment section was
back to my dream holiday.
YouTube comment section was a flame. It was amazing, and not in the usual sort of way that YouTube comment sections are, but this was sort of like, no, this girl knows what she wants, she loves it, she's doing this thing, and other people are going, no, look at it, it's offensive, it's awful, and they're going, no, you know, she can do whatever she wants.
Did she look upset? Did she look...
No, she was
If she's into it,
instigating the
why
daggering.
not? Well, it says
She was
here,
grabbing guys to dagger her, and she was daggering back.
there were people being daggered against their will by her.
Do you think if you're a girl and you want to be good at daggering back, you should wear a prosthetic?
Oh, it's over.
You mean if you don't have a lot of...
God.
Even if you have a flat butt?
No, if you're doing it back to the other guy, like around the other way, you're switching places.
But isn't the female version like they jump on the guy? So it's not really daggering from...
No, but
what's the...
I mean, when I'm talking about feminist equality, if the girl wants to dagger a
Sure,
guy...
she should carry a strap-on with her when she goes to the club.
Cool. Got that sorted.
I think I saw something a bit like that on Cirque du Soleil. I think they use a bit of this kind of in their latest show, a bit of daggering styling.
They have an egg. So who knows where you could go from there? Fertility.
Yeah, well, it's open season.
According to Wikipedia, it is a dance form originating from Jamaica. So
Well, there you go. That's something new every day.
Oh, and
Do you wanna play that?
there's also a link for the Hunger Games new trailer.
A bad lip reading.
Oh, okay. All right.
13 million views.
A bit of housekeeping. Some people have emailed the station, over the years saying, "Oh, how can I help out? I'm such a huge fan."
Have they?
Yeah.
Send
and-
cider.
Is that how we wound up with all these photos? No. Okay, don't worry.
I won't ask.
And anyway, so the best way to help us is share it with your friends, tweet, Facebook, share it around. Write us a review on iTunes. But I've added a feature so you can support us monetarily.
Oh,
Is that
yes!
word?
Woo!
Primarily because I want to support this thing, because this one thing I've been consuming, I sort of, and it's something I've known about for ages, but I wanted to publicise it more to my small following of people, is this thing called Flatter. Have you guys heard about Flatter?
Is it where you
No.
rent a dwelling with a group of friends and you live there together?
And then write about
No.
it on the internet.
I thought you just write nice comments
it's,
to one another.
It's it's by the creators of one of the creators of Pirate Bay. This is what he does now while he's waiting to go to jail. He started this company called Flatter, and basically you have like an allowance, like a wallet, online wallet, and you put money in. You can pick how much you can put, like $1 a month in, $5 a month, $100 a month. And then whenever you see something you like on the internet, you go, I want to flatter this. And people can put a button, like a Facebook like button. But so it's like a Facebook like button, and you press it on what you want. At the end of the month, they work out all the things that you've flattered, and then they divide the money that you put in each month amongst the people and send it to them. Or if the person's not on Flatter, it stays there, waiting for you to come claim it. So you can now flatter your favourite Fangin' Around episode.
Right. Put your money where your mouse is.
Yeah.
Oh, but
So go to
just fine.
fangingaround.com.
I understand your value now.
It's going to be a lot of that.
So if you're interested, I'm mainly trying to just promote Flatter because I think it's a cool idea.
and also you might want to give us money.
Yeah.
Yeah,
How
but
does
I
it get
think
divvied up?
5 cents per flat.
What's the royalty scheme here?
well, they get 10%, we get 90%.
Yeah, but then amongst us.
Chili wrestling.
It'll go to pay the hosting costs, and then anything left over, I guess, we buy
Yeah.
drinks,
Investment.
buy alcohol.
My
Yeah.
minutes of hard work, they deserve remuneration. I mean, that's,
But you
In
can put this on
time.
your site, so can we should put it on? I flattered your stuff, but you're not on it, so you have to claim it on the site.
Oh, wow. I better get flattered.
Yeah.
yeah.
Or get flat.
So yeah,
Get
check it out, flatter.com, by the craze of the Pirate Bay.
Is it time for you to leave yet?
It's really awesome. way to show what you like.
Ooh, I've got a little bit more time.
And if there's any other podcasts you like, tell them to get on the bandwagon as well and put it on
And
their
then
site.
give us money.
Yeah.
Is that the bandwagon?
Flatter us first, not them.
So that's housekeeping. What do you got? What are we consuming? Brett, have you listened to the show before?
Yes, I've heard a few episodes.
We start off the show by talking about what we've consumed through our mouths or ears or eyes.
Well,
We're
that's
currently
any
consuming
orifice.
sour
Any orifice.
gummy bears.
I've got a good one. Last night, I've been watching SBS late Sunday nights because they've been doing classic Hong Kong kung fu movies. So last night was 8-Pole Diagram Fighter. It was. It was a classic in the form of Once Upon a Time in Old China. You know, like with the kind of sounds, and it was fantastic. Now, but there was one thing about it that baffled me. I mean, it was great. You know, like the brothers. There were like 7 brothers, and they were called brothers 1 through to 7. I shit you not. They were just numerically named.
Brother 1.
No, and that's how they refer to him, Brother 1.
Get Brother 4 a drink.
Like, most of the brothers died right at the start of the film, and it was just, you know, left with these 2 brothers. One of them kind of went insane, and they kept bringing him up, and they didn't show him again, and I'm like, well, what's the deal? And I looked it up later on Wiki, and it turns out that he died during the filming of the movie, and he was meant to be in the big end fight scene, but there just wasn't enough footage to show it, so he sort of...
Thought no one would notice.
Yeah, he just sort of like, he goes insane and, you know, is wailing on his sisters, and his mum comes and beats him up, and he's like, yeah, you know, cut it out. And then you never hear from him again, so... But apart from that, it was...
Apart from the
Apart from
deficit
that
actor.
massive plot black
They
hole.
destroyed.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. It was,
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so anyway, that's...
Do you have a favourite martial arts film?
Oh, jeez. That's a hard question.
It is a big question.
Very big question. Probably like Police.
Panda.
Police Academy?
No, I was going to say Police Academy. It was going to be Police Academy.
I thought you had a bit more of a
Yeah.
quiet time, so I was like, Kung Fu Panda.
Yeah. Okay.
Sorry.
No, that's okay. No, interrupting's good. I love being interrupted. Please, I don't want to. You know.
Everybody talk over him.
But yeah, so I don't know. It's a hard question, but probably Police Academy. I have to say, yeah, classic Jackie Chan.
I thought that was a comedy show.
Police Academy.
Yeah,
No,
I was thinking
okay,
that, and
sorry.
I was like, oh.
No, yeah.
I know what you're talking
But
about.
what are you
but
talking about?
Your
I was
police,
trying to
police
push-
story, isn't it?
I
I was like,
Police
is there like a
Story.
foreign version of it?
Yeah. See, you could.
And that was the American
I was
rehash of
I
it.
was thinking Bobcat Goldthwait and Motor
Police
Mouth.
story, right?
It is Police Story. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's right. That's the one. There's like 3 of them. Pretty good.
I like my idea. And it turns out the original one was like full on drama. And they Americanized it. They're like, we've got this guy who does really, really good, voice impersonations. And they're like, yeah.
He came to Supernova.
He must be.
Who?
Oh,
Yeah.
wow. Really?
Did he?
Yeah.
When we were there.
No, it was the year
No,
before,
oh,
I
okay.
think.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, Police Story's pretty amazing.
Well, you know,
Jackie Chan's just my old.
you know the guy,
He's the best.
the other guy who like screams all the time. Bobcat Goldthwait. You know him?
Yes.
No.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, now he's like a really good film director.
As in, what does he do? What has he directed? What's
He
really
did,
good?
Is Amy Matrona?
Bobcat. Oh, there he is. Director Jimmy Kimmel Live.
No.
You
He did,
lost
he
your
did
argument
the
already.
father, the American Dad or something with Robin Williams. What's it called? Dad of the Year or not Dad of the
Father
Year?
World's
the
Greatest
Year?
Dad.
World's Greatest Dad. Yes, that's a great movie. And his
God Bless
new
America.
movie is like God Bless America, which I haven't seen, but I'm looking forward to it.
Okay, sounds kind of edgy. Like,
It does.
God bless America.
Yeah, I think it's like people. It's about this gang that goes around killing like the equivalent in this universe, the equivalent of like the Kardashians and stuff like that, as like a
Alright.
protest.
Okay.
Oh,
What was
That
it?
sounds amazing.
not our, not our.
I really want to see that.
What have you been consuming, Ali?
I attempted to consume the first episode of Community today, and that is when my
Of the
internet
new
failed.
season?
Yes.
All right,
Oh,
So I've seen
And?
5 minutes of it, and then
you can switch off now.
nothing. So it looked good, but a little bit forced. Like they're just like, oh crap, we really need to lift our game because pretty much everyone's quit or been fired. But it looked good. It looks really hopeful of the 5 minutes. I thought.
I've only ever seen one episode of Community.
Oh, you got to stick with it. It's good.
How long has it been going for now? Is it
It's 4th season, isn't it?
4th season?
It just always gets delayed. Like, it takes a lot longer than other shows.
I'd stick with it. It took me about 6 episodes to click.
Yeah, same.
But it's totally worth it now.
Does Chevy Chase just keep asking for more money each season? Is that?
Ooh.
Oh, well.
Well, he's crying.
Well,
Oh, the drama.
Oh, jeez, I've put my foot in
Yeah,
it.
he's been fired, I think. Hasn't
No, he
from
quit.
it? Oh, he quit. Yeah, he didn't get on
But
with
I think
the
he's still in
crown.
this season. It's just because they haven't aired this season.
Well, he
He's
made
in some of the
reference to that.
episodes.
Yeah.
I think
But
he's
they're
in
filmed
like
underwater.
90% of them or something.
So they just kind of like take clips of him from the previous episodes and jam them together.
They just have clips of him falling asleep or saying racist things. And that's all they need.
Cut him out and have him sleeping through the rest of the show.
I don't actually mind Chevy Chase. I've got to say, of all the characters, his character didn't really interest me
No.
as much as any of the other ones. But I actually like Chevy Chase as an actor.
Oh,
For part
I
of,
really liked
for
him
part
in
of the
it.
first episode of the new season, he's replaced by Fred Willard.
Yeah.
He's the guy who got caught masturbating in a cinema.
Pee Wee Herman.
Pun?
Pee Wee Herman.
No, like
No.
recently, like
Oh,
last year.
someone else did it.
Yeah.
Oh.
But you
I
know the
guess
guy.
that's
You
what
know
people
Fred
do.
Willard. I think he's in all the Christopher Guest movies and stuff like that.
Oh.
Yeah.
Thank God for the internet.
But he's. And I was going to ask you, Campbell. Like,
Yes.
I mean, his excuse was like he's got a family now and stuff. He just doesn't have any space or time to get down and satisfy
Really?
himself. Do you ever find that as a family man now that you don't
Oh,
have?
who? Fred Willard? I thought you were talking about Chevy Chase. I was like, oh, really?
I
He's a
love
family-
Fred Willard.
Yeah, Fred Willard's like even more wholesome than Chevy. Way more wholesome actually than
Well,
Chevy
not
Chase.
anymore.
Well, it depends. What was he masturbating to?
I think it was in a porn theater.
Well,
Wasn't
say.
everyone fucking
Yeah, I know
masturbating?
exactly.
Yeah.
But it's like because he's
What
Fred
did they
Willard, everyone's like,
expect?
it makes
What, the cops
TMZ.
walk in there and be like, all right, boys, what are you all up to in here? Like, oh, wanking. Gee.
It's like just a bird singing in the forest, you know?
So, do you ever find yourself not having the time and space
To have a masturbation.
No, just some personal alone time.
could be one of anything.
Some magic special
God.
time. That was his excuse.
There's never time to
suppose.
do anything.
Yeah. What have you been consuming, Julie?
We need fans.
not much. I was... What have I consumed? I bought tickets to the Perth Writers Festival to see a particular author, and I think I qualify as a stalker now because I've bought tickets to every single thing he's doing.
What's his name?
Nice.
China Mieville.
You guys are really lowering the bar on stalking. Like,
No, okay.
Oh, sorry.
That's not stalking. This is
Because I
stalking.
knew I was going to start laughing. So.
Do you want to talk about stalking? Okay. You think you're a stalker.
oh no!
It's a stalk off. It's a stalk off. I'm calling it.
Where's a blackboard we can write on?
What? There's actually a whiteboard.
There's a,
At university, I spent a lot of time at a different university because I was avoiding all of my classes. And I helped my friend stalk one of her classmates, and we found out where he lived. We drove past his house any number of times.
Did you use binoculars?
Drive by. Okay.
Because that's
Wait, so-
my that's
Oh, that's your
the cut off for me. As soon as you're using binoculars, then you can say you've stalked someone.
We had very good eyesight. We didn't need,
Oh, okay.
but we found out which car, his car, the car that he drove,
Got his number.
his
plate.
address, his.
crazy.
Oh, but nothing happened. Nothing.
Did you
like,
stake out his house? Like
We
it's
actually
We did,
have
we
a
staked out his house.
whiteboard just for the listeners
Yeah,
to
it's-
know, and Jules is winning in the
Yeah.
stalk off at the moment. Just that's
four.
Explain that.
4-0.
So come on, James.
You just stalk online. Does that it doesn't count if
Oh, you just
Not part of the
You gonna
true
take that,
stalker
James?
culture.
You gonna
All right.
take that from
You're going to
her?
let her talk to you like that?
Well, I don't get out much. So, does that count?
James, we're trying to like rile you up so you fight back.
So you go, oh, well, actually, I stalked the shit out of someone.
I stalked you before you came here, Julie. Checkmate.
Well, we discussed it before. Like, does that count when you get the person's name off their credit card? And then,
Yeah.
Oh, have you done that? Oh,
James has just been added to the board.
that's a
Technically.
2. No, that's a 2.
4 years as a retail
4 years, that's probably
salesperson.
Wait, how many
40.
times did you do it?
I used to keep all their receipts and take them home and just file them and
Add
just,
some more. Add some more. Wait, so
One for each year.
Why? What would make you stalk a person's credit card details?
Hair.
Well, it started off because
He's got a hair fetish.
I recognized this guy. Right, he looked really familiar, and I looked down at his credit card name,
This is a pretty good story, actually.
and it was a guy called Matthew Corbett. Does that name sound familiar?
Matt Cool.
Yes.
So I went home and Googled him. Turns out he's the sooty guy.
He's the what?
The sooty guy. You've
As
seen
in
the
Sooty
TV
the
show?
puppet?
Yeah, you know the guy?
It is a wicked story.
Yeah. And so I took his receipt home and kept his signature that, he signed for buying the
I
beers.
validate that.
An autograph doesn't count if you had to
And
steal
that was
it.
just like, wow, I can get people's names
I
in their
think
cards.
eBay begs to differ, Jules.
I don't have a very good memory, so it was usually only regulars that came in, so I had each time I tried to memorize their name so that when they left, I scribbled it down on a piece of paper. Yeah. And I'm still Facebook friends with a few of them now to these days.
So they added
They
you.
didn't know how
The
I found
stalkies.
them, yeah. This is in the early days of
Do you
Facebook.
feel James should have a few more?
I think James wins this.
I think she's
What
actually
about
going to people's
extension?
houses.
Well, going past people's houses.
On behalf of another girl.
Oh, no, we had a code name for him and everything. And we used to go to his
Code name.
lectures because he was doing a different. Well, I was at a completely
code
wrong
name?
university anyway.
Just the code name. That's all I want.
Well, it was Shinji from Neon Genesis
Oh.
because he had that kind
Are
of
there
vulnerable.
dork points as well?
I mean, I've
You
wanted,
two went off the
I've wanted to do some pretty hardcore stalking. Like, if you've been following the podcast, you know I wanted to crash his wedding, and I needed to.
Yeah, this was.
I was trying to find a
Peak
date to
insanity.
be my pretend fiance.
yeah.
to
This
go-
was
Oh
this
my
was your
God.
master plan, was to not just crash the wedding, but bring with you a fake fiance so it wouldn't be so weird.
Yeah, because if you turn up just alone and no one knew it,
But
this
what if they
wedding.
found
it was-
out that
it was
your
the maid
fiancé
of
was
honor.
fake?
It
That
was
would
the
be
maid of
even
honor he wanted to
weirder.
crack
But that was
onto.
part of the fun. It was like,
Wait, so you wanted to hit on a chick, so you decided to turn up with another chick?
yeah.
Because
So
that's,
You're
that's how
about
that
to
works.
marry
like I
her?
said, you know, the wedding ring thing, they don't feel so threatened by it. It's like, oh, I have a wife, and they
Put you
don't.
in the friend zone. That's what they do.
Oh, well, she.
Big time.
Yeah, but she had a partner as well, so. I wanted to be eagles with her.
Oh, James.
This is quite an elaborate plan, though. I mean, you know.
It is
Well,
a
no
master
one
plan.
would go along with me and do it. You know, at
Oh,
least Jules helped
surprising.
her friend out. She can at least say she's a good friend. Unlike Fred, who's like sabotaging me.
Pretend to be my fiance.
No, but I was asking his girlfriend's friends, and he was warning them ahead of time, like,
Don't do it. He's crazy.
He's using you.
Oh, man.
yeah.
Did anything ever happen with you and that girl?
No, that was my one chance. I
That was
missed
the,
it.
the wedding.
How's it your one chance?
So
Because that was
She
the
gonna
only time I
die?
knew she would be at that one spot at that time. I don't know if I'll ever know another time.
you're not a very good stalker then if you can't figure out where she is at any other time.
I mean, I guess I could bribe some policemen to find out where she lives. I don't want to
Jules,
get
you're
that far into
teaching
it.
him now.
Yeah.
You're the grasshopper stalker now. She's the sensei.
You need to go old school on this. Proper
Get
story.
the microfiche out.
To that same friend, we had planned to become PIs together because we were that
Yeah.
good.
There's a women's PI agency
Yes.
in the UK, and it's got the worst picture. Like, just I'm a chick wearing a trench coat. It's really
Is she
cheesy.
in heels as well?
Yes.
French coat.
Yeah.
Do they have fedoras on?
Oh, they might. I wouldn't be surprised. It was a Daily Mail, so I wouldn't be surprised.
Was there a page 3 where they opened the intro?
Sadly, no. But so they're opening US offices soon because it's a British female
You
PI
guys should
agency.
launch
Yeah.
the West
I know.
It's waiting to happen.
No one is
It's waiting to
sneakier
happen.
and stalkier than I
You
and
two.
Julie.
You two should start this. James, you can fund it. You can be the...
Oh, you can be
Charlie,
I can teach them how to stalk.
you've got
Oh,
the
okay. So the
equipment.
best. I did some really cool stalking back when Facebook had certain loopholes.
Impress us, James. Impress us.
This girl gave me, it was a challenge. This new girl at work, it was the first day, and I bet her I could find her within an hour of us finishing work on the internet. And she said all I knew was her first name and her previous job. So
Okay.
I had to do some serious like hacking of Facebook, because if you change certain URLs. You can actually search by someone's workplace by altering the URLs, which you can't normally do just by using the default tools. And eventually I found her, tracked her down. It was awesome.
Oh my God.
And I
Did she think so?
She was
Next day, she's like, "Wait, you were
she was
serious?"
impressed, but then she got
A little bit freaked
she
out.
got fired from work, and then she never spoke to me again after she left. So
Fired.
Yeah, right.
Did
She
you have
obviously-
anything to do with her being fired?
Yeah, did you hack
oh
her
no,
account?
she was just a bitch. To everyone else, she was pretty. That's what I
Lovely to
like.
you,
I
'cause
like.
she
I get
feared
attracted
you.
to these girls who are a bit nasty, pasty.
Can I just ask, James? You know,
That's the type.
when you had your chain of evidence leading to the Facebook and all her details, like how did you present it to her? Did you just go like, "Come over here, I need you to see something"? And just roll out this like parchment, 3 meters long.
Details.
Check out
Yeah.
this.
Well, I did. I keep track of
file
the
and
sort
slam
of
it on the
6
table.
degrees of separation down how I went from, because I found someone who worked at that work, then I followed them, then walked through a friend list, and then went and tracked it down. I had to go through 6 degrees of separation of going through everyone's friend list to eventually find her. And it was under time pressure because I had to do it by the time within an hour of us getting home from work. So,
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
It's like an episode of 24.
Yeah, exactly.
The
One of the
stalkers.
I was pretty
hacker
exciting.
Stalker station. Yeah.
Did you enhance any images 100%?
Oh, I enhanced it.
Sounds like you're talking about yourself.
So, how was the Writers' Festival?
I haven't gone yet.
Oh, so this
I was
is
just struggling for things to talk about.
You went to something on Thursday night. Briefs.
It's good.
Okay.
Heard it here first. Jules' review.
What's
of
I didn't
Briefs.
put it on consuming. I don't have much to say about it.
As brief as the name.
What's Briefs?
Yeah.
Briefs was a kind of male burlesque show at the Fringe Festival.
It's so
Oh, well,
Fringe,
yeah,
that's-
circus kind of vaudeville
It was a
burlesque.
strip show. It's Chippendales. They've rebranded.
I've looked into it and it's sold out.
I went with
Never
several gay
done.
men. They were the ones that dragged me there.
Yeah, Neville?
Man.
Yeah, because I saw him the next day and he was like, "Oh my God, you have
He
to
had
go
the
see
biggest
it."
grin on his face.
Yeah, he did. He had a massive grin. He was like, "It's amazing. There's chick strip shows, but why would you bother?" And I was like,
Well, why would he bother?
Why? What do they call vaginas? We heard that. Natalie told us that
call
lesbians
vaginas?
call them meat boxes.
Oh.
"Did I?"
I haven't.
Is it-
You know, they have
alternate
many
language?
names
I mean-
for them. They have
Oh, okay.
many, many names for them.
Right. Okay.
All are hilarious.
Well, what are they?
I found on the Valleys the Welsh version of Geordie Shore, so of course I watched it.
Yeah.
Did I mention I'm Welsh? They say foof, and I found out that they say foof because the girls were like, "Oh, we're inviting some boys over later tonight, so we're getting our mango foof butter out. It's lovely. You rub it on your foof and it smells just like mango." And I was just like, first of all, foof, awesome name. Second of all, I just started Googling because I was like, do they really sell such a vile thing? And I don't think they do. So I'm pretty sure they were rubbing something mango flavoured on their foofs, but it is not dermatologically tested for foofs.
I
Aren't you?
probably just rubbed a splice on them. I'm like, whatever, yeast infection, I don't care.
Now some mango yogurt that would like even out the yeast.
Balance it all up. That would be a treat, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Guy would be really impressed with that. Just dollops of yogurt.
And then go out.
Half melted slice.
And then they go out to a club and dance.
dance for 3 hours. Get all sweaty.
It's like wine, yogurt improves with age and heat.
It's the acronym for this, like fruit salad or something. Or?
Well, yeah, foof, you guys can use that. You're welcome. You can share a part of my culture. We're a diverse people.
We are around. This is a round table. This is like the United Nations of podcasts.
Oh yeah.
And I'm the lame part that everyone thinks is a part of England.
Red's not buying it.
No, well, yeah, no, it's not fighting really. Well,
No,
no,
not yet.
yeah,
We're
Financial
just heating
crisis.
up.
just yes, the warm-up stages.
Literally
So briefs,
heating
thumbs
up.
up, thumbs down.
Oh, it was great. Well, it sold
What
out.
about Laneway?
Laneways? Well, I thought it was pretty good.
It was good. It was so dirty, though.
It was people are
What's
dirty.
dirty?
What really? and the
people were
cultural
revolting?
precinct
People
of
are
Perth.
revolting.
Yeah, when
Young
my sister and I
hipsters.
got there, we got there at 6.
Were people getting crunk?
Oh, they were getting
people
all types of
daggering?
disgusting.
Cool.
No daggering. I didn't see. I'm really
You guys should have
sad.
just daggered and freaked everyone out.
I can't believe you didn't see this couple because they just migrated from stage to
We-
stage and then went to the urban orchard and like lay in the garden.
I was in the urban orchard. We went to the tent because we wanted to see 2 acts that were at the tent, and it also just meant that we could escape like the massive piles of plastic bottles that were just littering the floor. Like you'd walk along and
right.
you just hear them scraping, and they kept hitting my ankles. So it was awesome, except for that because. Did you say apparently there were like guys there who were hired to pick up rubbish, and you'd see them just like picking it up one piece at a time, really slowly. It's like there is literally a mountain of rubbish in front of you.
And all the random people are just like
Yeah.
throwing things on the floor, just like a rain,
Yeah.
a continuous rain.
And all just, they were just, okay. This is where our story came in because I was telling Julie that this sounds like something that you say to your mum, but it is true. I used to hang around with people who used ecstasy a lot.
Oh, what? No.
But I was the only
Hold on, have the
person.
mics. No, we're not going to talk about
But I was the only person who didn't use it, and not because of anything good. I was just like, I'd rather
Political
drink.
crusade.
Well, no, because when
I chewed them. I never swallowed.
didn't inhale them, just snorting's not inhaling.
Tried to go through skin osmosis, just like rub the. No, no.
I was just really put off. I was put off it because I met people who did they did shelving and stuff like that, and I was like, I want nothing to do with this. And then I'd see people gurning, and I was like, oh, this is really gross, and I don't want pictures of me gurning online. So it was pure vanity, not, oh, I'm above drugs.
Type in Natalie Williams gurning like hell.
But anyway, so I used to hang out with a lot of people who did ecstasy, and so my experience of people on ecstasy is that they're all cuddly and kind of floppy and lazy. They were really aggressive at Laneway, like insanely aggressive.
Oh, they're probably on like horse tranquilizers or something.
There's like some weird ketamine batch going around at the moment, but people were just getting really aggressive and trying to start fights. But I knew that they'd been taking what they thought was E because I kept seeing people with Vicks sticks shoved up their nose. And a thing that people who take ecstasy do is they smear Vicks Vapor Rub under their nose so that just constantly smelling, or they just shove Vicks sticks up their nose and they share it around. And I told Julie about how when I was at uni, I was pretty much like, well, I'm going to all these music festivals, and I'm going out every weekend seeing all these gurners. I may as well use it for my journalism unit that I'm doing. And so I wrote an article about Vixing because I just found out one of my friends actually went temporarily blind for about 4 days because
Whoa.
they take the Vicks stick and they blow on the end that like doesn't have the rounded bit, and that causes the a haze of like menthol to go over the person's face, and then they just gurn and be disgusting. But with this guy, he just got a stranger to blow his Vicks stick for him, and it exploded in his face. I remember just turning around and just being hit by the stench of menthol and being like, oh, why is that guy crying? And I'm pretty sure what was running down his face was half tears, half whatever the hell comes out of a Vicks stick. And yeah, he had patches over both of his eyes, and he'd wear sunglasses, and it was hilarious. But so I did, I just pretty much called up a doctor in Sydney who was like a specialist he wasn't an ENT specialist, but some kind of specialist. I'm really babbling. But anyway, I said, what do you think the biggest risk is from this? And he just casually said, I don't know. Vicks couldn't do that much damage, I guess. But my main concern would maybe be ocular herpes. Because apparently if a lot of people get herpes in their nose and don't realize it, they think they've just got like a dry nose or something. And so if they're shoving a Vicks stick up there and then like spreading it around and then blowing it on each other's faces. So just
Human beings are so revolting.
putting it out there,
That's pretty
anti-drugs campaign right there, ocular herpes. And nasal herpes, I suppose. But his main concern was ocular because
Yeah.
apparently you can go blind from
If
that.
you ever suck on other people's noses. Gross.
So
I just can't.
But
Wants
you
to do
didn't,
some E.
you didn't get it.
What?
You didn't get ocular herpes.
I've never done fixing. That's a street term for it.
Oh, I thought because for your article you're getting involved. I thought you were going to try
didn't you
it
go the
out for your
Hunter
article.
Hunter S. Thompson route? And
On the streets, down.
I
with
just
the-
gave all my friends
with the
money and got them to do drugs and just observed.
Yeah. What horrible things happen to you?
Oh no, your eyes are a bit itchy. Tell me more.
Yeah.
Like
Dictaphone out.
conjunctivitis.
So much worse. But yeah, so that was my.
That's what you're consuming. Ocular
Well, not
herpes.
me personally consuming. Thank God.
It's the darker side of it.
Covered your bases.
I remember taking one of those Vicks things to school and just being like, I think I was really cool.
I just think that they should come with a warning, like
Hmm.
cigarettes with a picture of a lung on them, but with a picture of an ocular herpes ravaged eye.
Yeah.
Don't share your Vicks.
yeah.
All those poor people who actually have a cold will be too afraid to use it.
Vic sticks. I didn't even know there was such a thing.
Get into them.
Fixing.
They're really cool.
Yeah.
Are they?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, James.
Yeah. Look at me. Look what they made. This man. They graded.
I'm not gonna lie, when I see a Vic stick shoved up a guy's nose, it just does things to me.
Just that.
You know he's
Hot look.
fresh.
And if he's sucking on a
fresh.
fisherman's friend at the same time.
Possibly eucalyptus.
yeah, see, I switched to the fisherman friend. That's what happened to me.
Oh, they're disgusting.
No, they're good. They're good.
They wipe your face off and they're grey.
Yeah, the colour is so unappealing.
Just like, what is this?
No, but I think it's like, you know, those old-fashioned sweet shops in England. Like
It looks like they've dug it out of the ground. Though.
I like how they call them a lozenge.
But that's
Yeah,
That's brandy for you.
Yeah.
fancy.
it's part of the appeal, you know. Like if you have fishermen's friends, you'll offer them to everyone.
Sorry.
Well, they've,
And no one
they've
wants
got rid
one.
of the paper wrapping now. It used to be like you used to cover
Yeah.
these crumbles
Yeah,
around
what is it?
wrapping.
That's
What
the
is
only
it
colour.
coming out?
No.
Snap, zip, snap
Oh,
thing.
boo.
I like
Part of
the
it was
paper.
how shit the wrapping was.
You're like you're a fisherman out
You're
at
like, I
sea.
can't believe
Yeah.
they actually make
And-
these things. It's the 90s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait.
It's the naughties.
Like yeah, you know, I know what you mean though, because you could be out in the rain and you know it would get wet and
And then
fisherman's
dissolve.
friends. Yeah,
and-
me too.
yeah.
It's a real. I don't know.
I never. But it's like if you were at school and you were
taffy of
sent with a
fisherman's
sore
friends.
throat, and you had a packet of fisherman's friends, no one would nag you for them. But if you had a packet of butter menthols, everyone would be like scabbing them off you. Like, hey, give us a packet of butter menthol. Oh, give us one. Hey, you got 6. Oh, they're supposed to last me all day. Hey, give us one. You fucking. I gave you one last time.
You were the dorkiest standing kid.
No, that was all the other kids. I sound like this. Hey, baby.
You just had a perpetually turned on teacher in the 3rd grade.
Yeah, it's
Just
crazy.
fighting her inner demons, going, no, he's 8.
I'll go to jail.
It'll
This
never
is wrong.
work.
It's not meant to be.
Before you leave, Campbell, what have you been consuming?
What have I been consuming? I've been watching lots of Community. Getting into 3rd season now. Yeah. Really enjoying it. I watched the episode with the multiple timelines. I think that's kind of like, that blew my mind. And I was telling Jules at work that the 2001 A Space Odyssey homage section actually caused me to scream when I was watching it. I started screaming and banging the floor because it was so good.
They have an undiagnosed brain tumor.
It was too much. I was just enjoying that episode so much, and then I think it's because we watched 2001 so recently, and the blinking of the eye and the color changing, and then he's in the room, and then he turns around and he's Piers, and then the monolith is the table, and that's just tipped me over the edge of reason. And yeah, so watching a lot of Community. Doing drawing in the evenings and stuff.
Were there some tears even at that bit? Like the laughter was so hard.
It was really hard.
Did you need a cigarette?
Possibly a Vic
I just
stick.
went in for another episode. I just said, hit me with another episode. I'm ready for more. Take me.
It's pretty good. Most men can't do that.
Yeah, straight away. Damn.
Straight away. There's no pause.
Unless you juice. Unless you juice.
Beforehand.
Yeah.
I only just got that.
Isn't there a TV show where they're like, this guy's in trouble because he's been caught juicing? I'm forgetting the TV show. I have to look it up.
Was it
I
Cougar
know.
Town?
Juicing.
Cheap.
No, I know. That sounds familiar.
But I'm loving it. I'm really into it. And that leads to one of my questions. Can I ask one of my questions?
Yeah.
Or one of the things that's in my section. There's all this fear about Community getting cancelled. I think Arrested Development was cancelled as well, wasn't it?
Yep.
I thought Community was just going to end on its own terms this season.
I mean, the two head writers are left now, and Chevy Chase is left, so who knows whether
Death
they'll come
and all
back.
cool.
And then they've delayed it so long, it's like...
The death, but there's sort of a death bell about it, right?
Yeah.
People are a bit upset and
smells
worried.
like it. And the first episode's so kind of like, what the hell?
Okay. Was Arrested Development cancelled?
James.
Or
Yeah.
did that play out its whole run?
That was
Or-
cancelled.
It was cancelled?
Yeah, yeah.
After the...
Like Firefly
They
was
were very
cancelled. I'm just thinking of big
conscious of
shows that
Yeah.
have huge fan followings.
Yeah.
And my question is, where are the eccentric million/billionaires of the world
Yeah.
who are like a huge Firefly fan who'll just go, fuck it, I'm going to fund another season?
Yeah, I don't get it.
I don't get it. Surely there's one like bazillionaire who's just like, oh, Firefly finished. How much does it cost to make an
Well-
episode? Like $1 million? Well, just make another.
And they
15.
actually make their money back probably just from all
on
the geeks
DVD
of the
sales,
world.
and
buying all
I don't
that.
get it. Like, how can this not be happening right now?
Well, I mean, like, okay, so you think about Firefly was directed by Joss Whedon, and he got to make the Serenity movie. But like, he made $1 billion off Avengers. Like, he could buy the rights or something like that. But also, what's his name? Who's the lead actor?
Nathan Fillion?
Nathan Fillion. Yeah, he wanted to get the rights to it. I don't
really?
want to buy it, but he said, "Hey, Fox, you're not using these rights at all. Why can't I just have it?
how about you give me
And then
stuff?
I'll kickstart a new season, because it's such a huge fan base, and they wouldn't let him use it.
Oh, so it's them stopping it.
It wasn't like he wasn't saying that to say, oh, you'd like I deserve to have it free. It's just like, can I just use them? And obviously you get a cut of whatever money we make out of it, But they were just like too stubborn because they're like, oh, what if you sell it to another TV show? We own it. We want to just.
But I just don't. Yeah.
It's like people who just buy the rights to something to just shut it down, just to stop their competitors from owning it. And,
Maybe Joss Whedon pissed someone off there.
Oh, yeah.
But
Fox.
Joss can do no wrong, surely now. It's been proven universally.
Yeah, but he made that movie for Disney, not Fox. So who knows?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did Nathan Fillion also want the toy rights as well to Firefly?
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah. Let's make a lot for
I think he just wanted to make more shows, and it's in his interest because he's a lead actor. So
Yeah.
it's his project.
He's on that awful show now, though.
Castle.
Oh, Castle, yeah.
I don't like that show. I don't like Bones, and I see it as like a poor man's Bones. But everyone loves Bones, so whatever.
I don't like Bones.
No,
I don't like any.
like it.
I don't like any show where people get murdered. I like Dexter, but that's different because that's about the person doing the murdering.
But yeah, I mean, if you think about,
Yeah, it's very revealing, Campbell.
I don't like the ones where they catch the murderers. God damn it!
but like, okay, like Apple, people complain like Apple TV doesn't have much content on it, right? And they say, and Apple's excuse, oh, we just have trouble licensing it from the content holders, right? This is a fact. Apple has $100 billion in cash in the bank, right? Generating interest. It generates $6 billion interest every 3 months. You could take that $6 billion, right, and make 5 times 6, 30 $200 million films, and just bring out one every month for the next 5 years and put that on Apple TV. And it wouldn't even make a dent in their budget. So it's just there's no one out there with any kind of like it's Hollywood's the only people making stuff.
Haven't they said, though, I don't know the actual statistics, I did read them and I forgot them, but they say that for most films that are made, you'd have been better off just taking the budget and putting it in a savings account and collecting the interest. Because think about how many movies
It's not
get
as
made
exciting
in...
though.
Yeah, but think about how many movies get made in Hollywood all the time, like from the big ones to the little ones, and even really big ones with lots of stars in them don't get releases. They just get silently put into DVD and
But then it's also
state.
about like keeping the industry going.
Yeah.
You know, it's all about jobs. Like if you just stick it in the bank, there's no jobs.
That's the thing. Is
I'd say with Apple, though,
It's job creation.
they're like they've got such set ways of making money. They'd be one of the less, like Virgin have gone into films now. But Apple, I'd say, didn't it go well for them? Didn't it go? I still haven't seen.
Well, okay, this leads me to what I'm consuming.
Movie 43.
Netflix. Do you guys heard of Netflix?
Yes,
It's this. They started off as like one of those services where you pick out your favorite films online, and then they send you the DVDs of them in the mail. Then you post them back when you're finished, and they send you more. Start off with that. Then they started streaming stuff, and you could just pay $10 a month and stream whatever they have in their collection. And again, it was really successful to start
Really?
off. Pardon? Yeah,
Really?
yeah. You could stream anything they have, like a DVD copy.
That's a
of.
good deal.
Yeah, and it was so good that everyone started using it, right? And everyone suddenly started paying for content instead of using the Pirate Bay. So what did Hollywood said? Oh, we're never going to license anything to you ever again.
It's too successful.
It's too successful.
So they get money from Netflix, but they still don't.
Yeah, but not enough
Not
according to the opinion.
Oh, okay.
So they're getting no money from the Pirate. Of course, everyone, when Netflix stopped having good stuff on it, everyone just went back to Pirate Bay. So now they went from getting $10 a month from every person on Netflix to getting nothing. But they're in their interest. That's how they work. And so what Netflix has done is they gave David Fincher and Kevin Spacey $100 million, and they made this new TV show called House of Cards. So it's like this 13 one-hour episode shows, and there's no ad breaks or anything because it's made especially for Netflix. And so it's just like a 13-hour David Fincher movie, basically with Kevin Spacey as a lead thing. And they released it all in one day. So you can just pay $10 for 1 month and binge it in 1 month.
Oh.
So that's
Pirate
what I.
Bay have
And of
it
course,
all
there's no
now.
Netflix in Australia, so the only way to get it is off the Pirate Bay. So everyone in Australia's just been having fun on Pirate Bay this week watching House of Cards, and it's an amazing show. I was sitting there going, "This is really good. This is really good." I was sort of having a spasm right then for the people at home.
It was beautiful.
I think
Kevin
you conveyed it
Spacey's-
quite well with the
It's
audio.
like it's based off a book, and there was a British version of it made in like 1990, and it's sort of this sort of theatrical piece like for the stage. So Kevin Spacey and his wife are kind of like a Macbeth and Lady Macbeth sort of characters that are not that realistic.
Which one's Lady Macbeth and which one plays Macbeth?
Kevin Spacey is I don't that's not a direct correlation, but I'm just thinking of a famous Shakespearean couple.
Romeo and Juliet.
No, but like a power couple
Ones
who
that
have
weren't
power, you know?
teenagers.
Yeah. Othello and the white girl he was in.
Yeah,
Des-
probably.
Desdemona.
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah, that's right.
And so they're completely sort of unrealistic characters, and like Kevin Spacey even narrates to camera, so he's kind of like as if he's on stage talking to the audience, like you're at home, and then but everything else in the world's ultra real, and it's sort of like The West Wing but good. And,
Hey,
I have so many friends who would fight you on
Yeah.
that.
hang on a sec.
and it's funny because
I've
you know
never watched West Wing, but I know that's
David Fincher directed Social Network, who was written by the guy who wrote The West Wing, and
Pretty punchy.
I hated that was a terrible movie, and this
Really?
is you can feel that
God,
the
thanks.
difference is the writing.
I still haven't seen that. I just can't be asked.
It's good.
It is good.
It is
Yeah,
good.
people
Don't
keep saying
listen to
that.
this guy.
And then I'm like,
This guy's a schmuck. A schmazzoozle.
Anyway, Kevin Spacey plays this crazy character, and like he's
Kevin
like he's just
Spacey,
the
a
ultimate.
crazy character.
He's the ultimate man. Like he's just so much man. He has.
I can't wait to hear how you define the ultimate
I have a
It's a
poster
really
of
big
Kevin
dick.
Spacey
He drives-
on my wall at home.
Every morning he drives to the dingiest suburb of Washington and just gets ribs for breakfast, like a big plate of ribs for breakfast, and he's just like.
Isn't that just America?
He's got this ultra weird accent you have to get into because it's not his. It's Kevin Spacey's voice. He's just like, yes, I am the man. Yes, and
Oh my god, Kevin Spacey.
I just sit there going, I'd like have this like he injects you with testosterone through the screen, and he's like, yeah, I'm a man too, and so like last night I went out. I was like, where can I get ribs? In Perth, like takeaway, like I didn't want to have to go to
Domino's.
Oh, I think Dominic.
Domino's.
You'd have to go to like
Yeah.
Hog's Breath.
That's
Yeah,
Well, yeah, exactly. I went to Nana's. They had chicken ribs, but they're not. They're like
I'm such
they're
a
ladies.
man.
They're ladies ribs.
Nibbling
Exactly.
on
I was
my
sitting there
chicken
going
ribs.
because they didn't say they're ladies ribs.
You bought
I just
them.
walked in and said, "Can I have 8 ribs, thanks?" I didn't know what I was getting. I pulled them out. I'm like, I'm not a man.
Did you get a side of coleslaw with that, or a garden salad? Because you're such a man.
Be an
Yeah.
animal I can wrestle to the ground.
But yeah.
Can I have a paella with
Oh,
that?
his wife is Robin Wright, who's pretty smoking hot.
she's hot.
And his mistress is Kate Mara, who's smoking hot as well. So there's two smoking hot girls.
Robin Wright, Princess Bride.
Mm.
God.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but that was like 30 years ago.
She's still.
Well,
still
she's
good.
very. She's
Who's the
oh,
She looks
hottie
good,
now?
yeah.
She's
a
been
well-preserved
pumped full
woman.
of testosterone for this movie as well. She's got this giant
Testosterone?
chin, and she's like really manly.
Oh, Robin.
So it's just manly on manly.
Yeah.
In the House of
Wow.
Cards.
This sounds amazing. Make me feel really inadequate.
Beyonce's on the roids as well. Did you guys see this picture going around the internet? That
I
was
think
her at
she's
the Super
gurning.
Bowl.
I think she's. Is that the?
I think she
is
has some
that
fine pipes there.
That is good.
Oh, she's got some biceps there. And
Sorry, can you-
biceps too.
Can you put biceps? I like that.
Got some
Whoa.
pipes. I'm jealous.
Yeah, I don't know if you heard, like, her publicist went out, was asking people to,
Take down the.
take down these
unflattering.
photos off the internet.
What idiot would say that? That's just encouraging people.
No.
Yeah.
It's like saying, please make
It's
fun
like he
of
doesn't
me.
understand how the internet works.
Oh, have you not been on the internet before? They love it when you say that.
People share funnier photos.
They're
all day.
really,
Have you seen
really-
the cat gifs? 99%
They're very-
of the internet is cat
They're very conscious of other people's feelings, so if something upsets you, just let them know.
Those guys that run the internet, they're really understanding.
I'll talk to their mum and get them to put it down.
It's like someone making a press release to, we'd like influenza to just give everyone a break. So if influenza could just stop infecting people,
Please.
please.
I think I mentioned this last week, but because I was watching this show over the weekend, like binging it to get back in touch with my feminine side. At the Backyard Film Festival,
my.
we watched Campbell's Ultimate Female Trilogy, which is Heathers, Clueless, and Mean Girls. And
That's not presenting a skewed, version of
There's-
femininity.
That's my Queen Bee trilogy.
Okay.
No, I reckon Jawbreaker for the 90s. Clueless is too nice with those two, the 80s and the
Jawbreaker
noughties
isn't
version.
made 2000, so it's like right in the turn of the century.
I consider it a
Turn of the
90s.
century.
It's 90s, but
It is
that's
90s.
that's like way more nasty. I think
I'm sweating
is
into
too
these
nice.
earphones.
Yeah, I really like Clueless.
I love Clueless. I love it. I just think
I'm
that
biased 'cause-
Jawbreaker 99.
because you saw Alicia Silverstone. I knew it.
Okay.
But
I've got to go. I'm off.
Oh.
That's it for me. There are only full mics. I knew I wasn't welcome to begin with.
you do two girls, one mic.
Well,
It's getting us viewers.
Doo-wops.
Sticking to the chair. I stuck to that chair.
well, speaking of which, Campbell does want to turn this into a cam show, and I was thinking there is a way for me to give the people who flatter us a special deal. So I was thinking
Oh my god. Take your
we
top
could
off.
do like Google Hangouts, and anyone who flatters us can
Hang out.
hang out
Oh, yeah?
and watch the cam show live, and they can give us a cam show in return.
Oh, sorry.
No.
You know what you're asking for.
Trapped by the thing.
Campbell's just walking out. Anyway,
I'm just walking out. Thanks, folk. Keep listening because
Breaking
it's
our
only going to get better.
hearts.
You can find him at campbellwhite.com. Maybe you'll be able to flatter his stuff one day.
Find me. I don't deserve to be found after my poor effort. Thanks for having me, folk. Sorry I
Alright.
could only.
See you later.
But look,
And we never did ask him why he's
Let us
leaving
know,
so early.
is it
No,
cooler
you-
outside yet?
can't be any hotter.
And there's Campbell
Fine.
evaporating.
Outside.
On the door open.
Yeah, we can open it. Just take you guys talk.
Yes. Just thinking about the Hollywood shutting down Netflix. Do you reckon it's because if everyone's getting all their movies off the internet, they got no reason to make DVD or make Blu-ray or make the next sort of
That could
the
be a
next
bit
disc.
of it. They've kind of been fighting the whole end of DVDs thing, but it's
Yeah.
gonna happen. I hate to say
Well,
it.
it's sort of like, you got
It's
computers, you can have as much resolution as you like, really. There's
Yeah.
no...
I have to say though, I find it sad because I like that when you buy something on a disc, you have something to show for it, like a box. And I know it's lame and you don't really like it and they end up cluttering your house, but I just think paying $20 for something on iTunes, like a CD, I'm like, It's in there. It's trapped in
I
there.
don't mind
can't
CDs.
hold
I
it.
hate buying movies because you don't get the director's commentaries or anything like that on them.
Oh, do you not get that on?
No.
Oh.
Yeah, right.
Oh, that's probably why.
But I can't fit my Blu-rays into my iPad. It's really annoying.
Oh, do they not have Blu-ray?
iPads
I'm
don't
really
have Blu-ray
surprised they
players.
don't have that, actually.
No Blu-ray. Can you buy like a little portable thing that wirelessly streams to you?
Oh,
Isn't
well,
it?
that would be illegal. Sorry.
Yeah, sorry,
Like Pirate Bay,
If
which
you're
none of us
going to do
have
something
ever been
illegal,
to.
you might as well just do the easy thing and just get it from Pirate Bay.
Yeah. Or else you get the white van or hovercraft rocking up outside your house and...
Not just saying this, I haven't
Apple
actually
Police.
been on Pirate Bay, so I imagine it's like
Oh,
a
really?
really black screen.
Well, that's the other thing I've been consuming.
Up the top.
The other thing I've been consuming is this movie came out, a documentary about the founders of the Pirate Bay and getting sued and facing court and stuff. And it's pretty good. You can get it for free online, obviously from the Pirate Bay.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, well, I mean, are they all are they in jail? All of the
One of them is, but not for the Pirate Bay. Just for, I think he helped put together the WikiLeaks and is in jail for that. So
Oh, wow.
Jeez, okay.
because he didn't encrypt his hard drive either.
Ah.
Ironically, and all the other guys hate him
Yeah.
because everyone else had their hard drives encrypted. He didn't, so they found they're getting sued now because they found
Yeah.
their correspondence with him on his computer. So
Yeah, right. So,
So where was he based? In the US?
they're all from Sweden, but
Yeah.
then they all spread out throughout the world because Pirate Bay can be run from anywhere in the world. Yeah.
Aren't you allowed to do all that stuff in Geneva? Or isn't there
Well,
somewhere
they're allowed to do
where
that in
you're allowed
Sweden.
to do it? And so that's...
they have the pirate party in Sweden. I know.
Yeah. Why don't they just live
I
there?
know, that's bizarre. Like, it's a nice country. Isn't it?
Yeah, I'd live there.
No, I'll just go somewhere and get arrested.
Sweden, I mean, it was all sort of darkly colour graded, so you can't tell, but Sweden did look like a pretty depressing place. Like, it was just very
really?
bleak.
But their people are so bright.
I know.
And
So
pretty.
obviously, they overcome.
And they tan
Well,
really
they've
well.
got some good heavy metal in Sweden too.
Yeah, they
Are you a big heavy metal guy?
Well, I do like the metal
Yeah.
occasionally. Yeah, yeah.
define
Sometimes.
metal.
Well,
They're pretty big into. They're always promoting
okay.
metal bands.
I
and
like
stuff.
the folk metal.
folk metal.
I like the folk. Well, okay. I'll give you an example of a folk metal band. Okay, so there's this one called Ailstorm. Okay, they sing pirate kind of stuff crossed
Oh,
with metal.
like
Yeah,
that's
sea shanties crossed with metal.
that
It's
piratey band that everyone who likes piratey music listens to. What are they called?
Mumford and Sons?
No, they do like actual like shanty songs.
Yeah,
and
okay.
I cannot for the life of me remember them.
You sure they're not Ailstorm? Well-
No, they've Flog and Molly.
Flog and Molly. Well, no, they're Irish. I also like. them
I
too,
do know
but
that they
yeah.
are actually, but like
Well,
that
yeah.
that kind of sound, but
Yeah.
with heavy metal.
Yeah, you got like some violins in there, but you also got like the guitars, the rock guitars.
It's a fiddle. If it's
Oh,
Irish,
sorry.
I should know. I learned the fiddle.
Oh, you did.
I did. I won a gold harp. So continue.
Wow.
Just think.
Sorry,
you should know.
gold harp. Is that?
It's
Do you just like
that
walk into
big.
bars
it's
and
teeny
just,
tiny?
Let
but
me in. Have my gold
let
harp.
me in, fuckers! I'm as Irish as you are. What have you found, Jules?
Ailstorm from Perth, Scotland.
Exactly. Yeah, Perth, Scotland.
Really? Can I see a
Scotland,
photo?
which I was lucky enough to visit Perth, Scotland. When in Scotland.
What was it like?
It had a river.
Okay.
It's okay. It's okay.
As scintillating as most
on
British
Twitter, I
towns.
once on Twitter was talking to this guy all the time. It's like, oh yeah, I'm from Perth as well, and we're talking about it, and then I realised he's actually from Perth, Scotland.
Yeah, it's
That was awkward because the whole conversation was based on, this happened in Perth. Yeah, that happened in Perth. Yeah.
you
It's
just
like you're not.
We're talking about the
actually
weather,
interested in what
and I was
I'm saying.
like, oh, the weather's awful because I was like, it's stinking hot, but he was talking about how cold it was.
so you both had the same sort of agreement.
Yeah.
The weather's just awful. I
angles.
can't even go
Yeah.
out of my house. Oh, I know. It's absolutely awful. I'm trapped in here.
Yeah.
It's just not a lot going on at the moment.
I'm
or-
spending so much money on temperature control in my house. Oh, I know, right?
Apparently, I think there's a Perth in Tasmania as well. I wonder if Tasmania's been there.
Really?
Okay. I actually dig Perths. I don't know. I like both Perths that I've been to.
Okay.
I'll say on the whole.
There's like a lot of Perth bashing at the moment, but in the other direction, there was an article in the West Australian last week about there's this group that's been on Facebook for ages called We Heart Perth, and someone wrote a review about an AC/DC exhibition at the museum that was on last year, and it was this comedian who came in for the arts festival, and so he was just talking about like how great the exhibition was and how he went to Freo to see Bon Scott's grave. But he's managed to weave into that how he thinks Perth is amazing. It's got this fantastic quality of life, and everyone he talked to would complain about how shit Perth was. And so now there's like this big like thing going on where half the people are going, oh, Perth, they're still maintaining Perth is shit and it's awful, and that's why everyone's moving over to Melbourne because it's a barren wasteland of crap. And then there are now people going, oh, we're so cultured and we're and it's just really funny to watch because people are now really pro Perth and just throwing this article in everyone's face because it was on the Huffington Post. So they're like, oh, we've got a bit of street cred now.
Huffington Post. I've never. Is it a comedian newspaper?
No,
or?
Ariana Huffington created it. She went into politics or something like that, didn't she?
I was listening to this. I don't know.
Okay.
I mean, they just put all the stuff up there.
Yeah.
It's like a news.
They
I think they steal other people's content in this.
Yeah.
Okay.
one of
The
those
most
sites.
efficient
Yeah.
news server then. Okay.
They've just got a lot of contributors. But
I was listening
it's
to
not
this this talk by like one of the world's leading urban planners, and he came to Perth because everyone, you know, was like, how do we fix Perth? And
It's shit.
he walked into Forest Place, and you know, the malls. I was like, man, I've never seen anything like this. Like,
It's so shit.
you've got this
what's
city
the
that's
tone?
like the size of London, but all your trains only run in one direction, right to this mall, and it's not a commercial Westfield. And it's got all sorts of weird stores. He's never seen so many diversity of stores in one small little area with all the malls that are like little rabbit burrows and stuff like that. He's like, this is the most amazing thing. And he could have, and then he went and did a talk over the States, and he was talking about these idiots in Perth think they've got it so bad, but they've got this amazing thing. And of course now, you know, everyone's whinging. It's like, oh, the shops are never open. And so now they're like, oh, you know, government Barnett's like, oh, let's let Garden City and Carousel and Gallery and let them open all times to, you know, so people don't have to go into the city. I'm like, no, you want people in the city to actually do stuff. You know?
They need to get better
Anyway.
parking in the city and better like atmosphere in the just everywhere, like more cute.
Well, what they
food
should say,
places.
what the city wants is just the city CBD should be allowed to open anytime they want.
Yeah.
And so if you want to go and, you know, get your dick sucked at 3 a.m., you go into Perth, go to a brothel and come out, have some meals, maybe have a drink at a bar and listen to some jazz.
Do that?
No, you have to go out to the suburbs to get your
No, go Northbridge.
Yeah, Northridge, and then
but
Billy Lee, Uncle
it's all
Billy's
under the
Billy
covers,
Lee's.
yeah.
Oh,
for-
Billy
for
Lee's,
your
yeah.
Late
Oh,
night
yeah.
food.
Out, Willie.
And
we all
they
been
have booze there as well. So,
Yep.
although it is nichey, we need more mainstream cocksuckers. Just a bit more advertising, so you don't have to
Yeah,
search
get the
for
word
them.
out. Maybe some billboards, you know, just as you drive towards the city.
A pamphlet flyer thing, like if we all take a couple pamphlets.
I mean, that's the other thing is like,
around.
the other thing people complain is like, oh man, I went to Bali, it was like $100 and I paid 50 cents for a Bing Tang beer and it was awesome. And I'm like, so you want everyone in Perth to work on third world wages and just get 50-cent beers, and
Yeah, it's unrealistic.
it's this real
to
contradiction. Like, you're
compare.
going to a third world country and taking advantage of them, and that's to you is what good culture is. Like,
I don't understand people who barter down the Balinese when it's like I went with some friends to a place and we got drinks and they started off saying, oh, we'll charge you this much for drinks. And we were like, oh, that's really cheap, okay. And then they charged us a little bit more. And my friend was like, no, that's bullshit. I'm fighting this. I did the math because I had one of those stupid laminated things that quickly converted. And I was like, you're fighting over $2 and we're getting really good cocktails that we would pay $17 each for in Perth.
Yeah.
And this is for 4 people. And it's like, she did realise, like, she was just like, oh. But you just get so caught up with it that it's like you really need people to just keep you in check because this is people's livelihoods.
I would love to see someone go to Switzerland. and order some, and just try and barter them down. You know, just walk into somewhere in Switzerland, like a jewelry store. You know.
Yeah.
How much do you want for that diamond ring? Oh, all right.
How much do you want for that
1,000 francs.
beer? I'll give you $5 for it. Oh no, we'd like 20 Australian
Like-
dollars for it actually.
Well, no, but I'll only
They
give you
will.
5. Yeah, you'll take the 5, and that's when the police get called.
They do that nice, calm. No, thank you. Goodbye.
We all have weapons here.
Yeah, we all have guns and we've got dynamite at our tunnels. That's true, apparently.
Yeah. No. Yeah. Well, that's what I've heard too.
Yeah, and like they always say when we're going through this tunnel, look at this dynamite because if war ever breaks out in Geneva, all of the tunnels will be blown up. So all the access routes are completely like blocked off, and everyone was just saying, "Couldn't you fly in then?" And they had nothing to say to that. But yeah, like there's a box at the top, and it's like, why do they have the box on show as well? It means like, let's say a terrorist does decide to just mosey on down there, they could just shoot at the box. So
Maybe they know all the. Sorry.
No,
James.
no.
I was just gonna say, maybe I don't know. Maybe they know all the mountain passes around, so it's like, oh yeah, you can shoot the box. We'll come and hunt you down.
we have a tracker, on a Sherpa, as the equivalent, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah. No. I do remember when I was in Switzerland a couple of years ago, like, you know, you'd go down and you see people doing their mandatory military service and get on the ferries. It's really beautiful. But, you know, on the side of mountains, I remember near Lucerne, you'd see these huge Swiss flags just painted on the side. And I was having a debate, like, you know, is that just showing pride, or is it in fact hiding some kind of missile silo or something? I don't know. You don't want
Geneva's awesome.
Don't mess with the Swiss.
Well, yeah, they're pretty scary when you think about it. Like,
But don't they have the lowest crime rate in the world because everyone's got a gun, you get shot?
They do, but think about it. They've got a lot going in their favour in that they're like a tax haven where lots of rich people live. So the general status quo there is that you're pretty comfortably off, and then they train their young to defend. So... And they also teach their young, don't get involved. We are Geneva. Like, just don't get involved.
Yeah.
Collect the money. Who cares? So I would say they do have it pretty good, but it's not really something we could probably learn from because
Well,
we're
if
not
we
a tax
became a
haven.
separatist country, Australia, we could become neutral as well.
Well,
It's the
Just provide the
lamest
world's oil and
name.
gas.
or actually South Australia now.
Well, that's got all the world's oil now.
Yeah.
They can become a separate.
Well, let's move to Adelaide.
Have they actually discovered? Like, is it confirmed? As
I think
there was questions about it.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I mean, I heard it was shale oil.
And there's something you have to do to it
You have
to
to- I think-
make it usable.
I think you have to do something called frack it.
You have to destroy the earth to make it usable.
yeah.
so-
I should say, when I first heard this, I thought that it was like some kind of Battlestar reference, but yeah, no. Apparently, destroying the
We
Earth
had some
is
frackers
stuff.
on the podcast once.
They did.
Is unobtainium a real
Motherfuckers.
thing?
Unobtainium.
No, that's
That's made up,
Yeah.
isn't it? Because
Sounds
they had that in Avatar.
yeah, I saw Avatar
Oh, yeah.
and I said this movie's so lame. It's got this stuff called unobtainium in it, and someone said with a completely straight face to me, "Yeah, unobtainium is real." And so I was so confused because I was like, I don't want to commit to believing this bitch in case she's just saying this to humiliate me.
Yeah.
But now I've been unsure ever since. And I'm going to look it up now because I
Yeah.
just realised I have an iPhone, so I should have looked it up then.
I'd put the smart money on not. I mean,
I think it's a nickname that's been given to things before.
Unobtainium is any fictional, extremely rare, costly.
oh, so he's making a cultural reference then.
Yeah. Okay. According to Wikipedia, in engineering, fiction, and thought experiments, unobtainium is any fictional, rare, costly, or impossible material or a device needed to fulfill a given design for a given application.
Oh, there you go. Well, you know what? If
It's not real.
if somehow I discover a new element,
If you discover
It's
anything, you
anything
have to call it
unobtainium,
unobtainium.
just so like science fiction movie writers just can't use it anymore.
Yeah, and I can
Just
be that
cut.
girl going, haven't you watched Avatar? Haven't you seen what our people fought for? Yes, I hated that movie.
Yeah.
Have you guys heard of the rabbit test?
No, the rabbit test. Is
Yeah.
What?
Please explain.
It was when a girl would piss on a rabbit, and then
Yes!
then they would cut it open, check to see if the rabbit's ovaries were enlarged, and that meant the girl was pregnant. But of course, the rabbit died because you cut it open to get the ovaries out.
Yeah.
I'd
That's
rather just
grim.
wait a few months and see if I start showing. I wouldn't want a
Yeah,
poor little rabbit to be pissed on and then die of being... No.
Well, was this like a
I think they actually just inject the urine, but it sounds funny.
Yeah, something like that, yeah.
And it wasn't
still-
rabbits.
The indignity.
Pardon?
It wasn't rabbits, was it? Wasn't it actually
I think they could do it with mice as well.
Yeah.
Is this something?
predominantly with mice?
Is
I
this
think it's
something
just
legit?
easier. It's hard to cut the ovaries out of mice because they're so small.
Yeah, the original test was originally mice.
Makes me feel a bit queasy.
Does it work?
Apparently it did. There's something about a hormone that women who are pregnant have. I guess that would be what makes the strip go blue or whatever it
yeah.
is. But it reacts with their ovaries.
Okay.
I think that was the general
Yeah,
idea
yeah,
behind
yeah.
it. But
So when you
Well, I
and
don't
in the
know.
old days, if you were like a wife and your husband came from work, you would say, "Oh, the rabbit died," and he'd be like,
the rabbit died anyway, you bitch.
Is this 15th century England? Just to or is this more?
"No." Apparently, Mary Tyler Moore said it in a TV show
Wow.
to someone.
Okay.
Developed in 1927.
1927. Just after. Wait. Yeah.
Remember that big rabbit
World
plague
War
in Australia in the 90s? Why didn't they just use them for that?
Pregnancy test. Come this way.
Didn't have to kill them with a virus.
They're coming back, you know.
Just get a bunch of women to piss on
Just run
them.
out.
Oh.
What?
Yeah, if you go up in the country now, they're going rampant again.
It's not even in the country in where I live, which is
Oh.
not precisely a rural area.
Oh yeah,
They've
they've got them in my parents' area as well at the local park. They're so cute.
But when
Right.
they re-released the virus,
Where do you live?
Rockingham.
So you drive here tonight? Did
The
you-
train's not running. I would normally have taken the train.
Here?
Yeah.
Okay.
How do you get here from the train station?
It would be, it's a 10-minute walk.
Yeah.
Oh,
Fif-
Oh, right.
15,
Tell me next
you
time,
would
I can
allow
pick you
yourself
up.
At least.
Haven't seen me walk.
me, it would be.
So you would go home before coming back here.
Yes.
That's why we need to.
But how
switch
long?
to
It's not
being
that
on
far now to get a
Wednesdays.
train.
No, it's probably less than
Fine.
40 minutes by
Yeah.
train.
Mhm.
But it's actually about that time driving at this time of night. It's really
Yeah.
quick.
Yeah.
What if you had some kind of halfway house, like a secret agent? You know, just a little shack next to
That's
the
what
river.
people
With a
should flatter us
with a great
for.
window for, if ever I choose to snipe at someone.
Well, just somewhere to chill after work, you know, so you don't have to go all the way to Rockingham and.
Yeah, I didn't even realise that you
Halfway
come
house.
all that way. Oh, change to Wednesdays, and then just features and benefits. Sorry, we're trying to do a day swap at work. Just being really
All right.
unprofessional in the radio industry, but talking about other professions.
Have you heard about how most of
Yeah.
Canada's lower gravity,
Most
less
of
gravity or something?
they've got less.
Like Montreal or something?
They've got less
Quebec.
gravity. Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you know about this?
No, I've never heard of it.
No, I don't understand either.
Interesting. I mean,
so they walk. When they walk, there's less dragging them down.
Yeah, they can jump higher.
Why doesn't
And they
it?
can't hold the Olympics there anymore.
Unfair advantage. I went to Canada and I did really like the weather. I thought it was the weather, but it is a very nice place. So
Just
maybe I was just feeling lighter.
more buoyant. And,
Yeah. And actually, I did weigh a little less. I thought it was just because I wouldn't eat plain food, but no. Just that awesome gravity not letting me actually stand on the scales properly.
Originally, they thought it was because, in like the Ice Age, some big ice sheet crushed. It was 3 meters
Yeah.
thick and it depressed the Earth's crust.
Okay.
But now they think it is. Scientists have begun to suspect that convection in the Earth's mantle, a layer of hot flowing rock beneath the crust, also plays a role.
yeah.
So I guess everyone's floating on hot air or something.
Yeah, well, no, I guess pretty much sounds like that there's the density of the Earth underneath Canada is less than the average, I guess, on other parts of the planet Earth. So, if you've got less matter close to you, then the gravity will be slightly decreased. But that's is the effect large? Did they say how big it is?
No, I think you can only tell mathematically.
Okay, all right. So you need some very sensitive
I
instruments.
probably should have sent you that article to read because I don't even understand what it
That's
says.
okay. That's all right.
This is our science corner. We haven't had
Science
it for a while.
Well,
I'm
science-
going
Do
to
you
go
know
to Canada now.
they
I'm not going to die. I'm just
photographed
going to go live
the
in
giant
Canada.
squid for the first time?
the giants. See, now that would be.
The giant or the colossal squid?
Oh, I don't know.
I imagine that would be quite hard to get a picture of it being so giant.
Well, the footage they have, you can't. There's no
Scale.
Yeah, so it just looks like a squid in your face. It doesn't.
Oh, just like suspended in the blackness.
Yeah, you
So-
can't tell how big it is.
They need to hold someone with a penny holding on it.
Yeah, swimming next to it. Like, please
But I
don't
think
eat me.
I heard that because they found their eyes before, and the eyes are the size of a dinner plate, so that would be a dinner plate.
Wow, that's I'd really hate to be the crew going and finding that thing. I'd kind of be a bit. Geez.
There is a video, but it's not there anymore.
That's amazing. So,
But they've known it's existed because they found parts before, but they've never seen a live one.
yeah. And did they manage to follow it for very long, or always?
They did 100 missions in a submarine, over 400 hours. They tracked the creature from a spot some 15 kilometers east of Chi Island in North Pacific.
Yeah, right. So their whole
They
project
followed it down
Just
900
follow
meters down.
this squid.
find the squid, find the white whale.
So
That's
many calamari jokes would have been made. So many.
Many. And that's a real epic. That's a real epic of a journey. I mean,
But the pictures that you get would just be so gross. Everyone would want to see them. It'd just be on every news show. But like the final thing, instead
Yeah.
of the kitten, like cute story at the end, it would be the gross story of here's the giant squid. Everyone has to have a look.
so you think, one day you could tell your grandkids about the time you found the squid.
The giant
You
squid.
tracked down the giant squid.
They creep me out though. They've got like hair and hooks and teeth.
Squid
And
are
beaks.
they're actually they're quite smart creatures.
Tasty.
Squid.
That's exactly what I said when someone said that to me once. They were like, they're really, really intelligent creatures. And I just said, they're delicious.
Oh,
Apparently I'm a bitch.
I reckon I'd have a squid, or maybe even a cuttlefish as a pet. I think.
Really?
Well, yeah, I've seen these videos where they'll kind of cuttlefish, especially they'll recognise you. So you put your hand in the tank, and they'll come up and just the tentacles will be going over your hand, like, oh yes, I love you. It's nice to see you again.
Oh.
Yeah.
They look really weird.
Yeah.
Cuttlefish.
Cuttlefish loving.
And where my parents live, if there's a storm, you go down to the beach, and it's like a cuttlefish holocaust. There's like millions of the shells. Whatever that keeps them floating.
Yeah.
That thing. You see them all the time at the beach, but I'm talking 5 per square feet. Like hundreds.
Just littering
Yeah.
the sand.
Yeah.
I'm just like,
Aww.
Well, I guess this is Science Corner, so I can bring up like random science facts.
yeah.
Do it.
It's either a squid or a cuttlefish, one of the two. They can, change the pigmentation on their skin, change the colour on their skin, and they sort of use that to communicate with each other and camouflage a bit.
I'm just looking at the Humboldt squid
Oh, yeah.
article, and they flash
Yeah.
red,
Well-
and they're bastards.
When they're on their period. It's okay, I'm a girl.
Do you
I can
ladies
make that
flash
joke.
your red?
Oh. Too far, James. As a
Oh,
woman,
sorry.
I'm insulted.
It's like,
I thought that's where you're going, and I was trying to play along.
This is where you one up that Giovanna.
Oh. Tampon girl.
Oh, someone
Yeah.
should make a hip hop song. Flash your red, flash your red.
Just quickly, I showed some guys yesterday Tampon Girl because apparently she's actually very hot. Not Tampon Girl, Dog Girl.
Oh, I watched the dog girl video.
How did that
It's pretty
go?
horrific.
Horrific.
Because at the first she's like, "Oh, this is fake," and then it just she just flips around. It's like, "Oh no, this is not fake at all."
Oh, wow. I don't think I can watch that.
I
but
deleted it off my
I
computer.
have,
'cause
I have to
I
ask.
thought this must be illegal.
But you haven't deleted it from your mind.
No,
Never will you be able to.
she's very passionate about this dog's penis. Very passionate.
Really? So is she,
She
like,
was being a what's the word? A sharing lover? I don't know.
a...
Giving.
Giving lover, yeah.
Generous. Love that.
Generous lover.
Oh.
But yeah, a lot of guys think it's hot. I think I linked to the Reddit page where everyone's like, "Oh my god, I still bang her."
Yeah, no, and that's the thing. None of the guys in my group, though, they were all so torn. I got a photo up of her. I'll try and find it. And
There must be a bit of an edge to it, like just knowing that.
Well,
she's
that's the
banged
thing.
the
I
dog.
was like, would you go for her? And they were all just like, I can't.
It's a bit like those people who eat
can't.
those poisonous octopus and just to gamble because it's the thrill of the
Oh, here
Yeah,
she
it
is.
could be
Yeah.
your last.
yeah.
But yeah, I'm kind of glad I haven't. I don't know if I
Prepare to
want
be
to see
confused. She did a sex video with a dog. But
Oh.
she's hot.
Hmm.
You're just looking on, James, like, yeah, we're familiar.
Yeah.
Oh, she's really pretty.
But sex with a dog?
Oh.
Like,
Yeah.
why would you? Did she have justice?
Are you guys
She
dog
said-
people?
Yeah, I love dogs.
So you like let them lick your mouth?
No, oh God, no, I don't
With
like
the
Yeah.
mouth.
No, I know
mean,
people who
I'm-
do that. They go, "Mwah, mwah, mwah," and as they're kissing, the dog licks their mouth.
The only
just
time
can't
I've
do
ever like
You better not bring up
initiated
peanut
like
butter.
a breakup on a girl was because of that. She just
And she'd then try to go and kiss you.
Yeah,
Oh
really.
It's a deal breaker.
Yeah, it's a deal breaker.
no, that'd be
A lot of other things I've put up with, like
that is
You
dog
didn't want to
saliva.
share her.
no, it's just I just couldn't get it out of my mind. I'm just like, she's coming in, and I'm just like, oh
Smell of chum.
yeah.
What if she kissed the dog? Like, not on the lips, though. Like,
I mean, apparently their mouths are very hygienic,
I don't care.
probably more so than cats.
and it's not like
Oh.
he just came up and like gave her a peck on the cheek. She's sitting there and she's like just letting the dog just clean up her lips.
I mean,
She didn't let you do that.
Well, if I did it,
She'd just pat you on
people
the
would
head
say
and rub
that's
behind your ears.
inappropriate. That's how slobbery it gets.
Ew. Yeah, no, that's not. Does dog effer? Does she kiss the dog?
Well, she's like, So she's opening her mouth to say, whoa, 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 so the tongue's going in. So
Does the dog look confused?
no, the dog thinks it's normal because she obviously does this all the time.
No,
wasn't
apparently
like
she lost a bet, and that's why she made
Oh,
the video.
right. Yeah, well,
She's a
I don't
bit-
think this girl that actually slept
Oh,
with the dog.
your
Yeah.
girl.
Yeah.
I'm talking about
oh,
dog
that girl.
Yeah, yeah.
fucker. No, did the dog of your ex, she...
No, I mean, she was kissing the
Yeah.
dog's penis. That's what
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's the thing. Did that dog look uncomfortable?
No, it was, I mean, it seemed to be more into the doggy style thing.
Oh, I don't even know how that would work. But
No, let's keep talking about this. This is great.
Apophis
wanna see
apparently
it,
is not
but I
going to
wanna
hit us.
ask.
We don't need to see it. I've got it all up in here now. Just imagery.
Can it be unseen?
I'd rather keep it
Cannot be
where...
unimagined.
But at least I don't have like a concrete image. But I'm compelled to ask horrible questions that I don't want to know the answers to.
Did the dog look like he was enjoying?
I just think it's creepy, and yet
The dog would have loved
Doesn't
it.
know
The dog's
any
just like
better.
having sex. The dog's happy.
yeah. Oh.
But she would get no respect from that dog now. No, I
gave
mean,
up
she
the
wouldn't be the
power.
master of that dog.
That dog's not going to call. It's not going to take
That
her
dog would be
out.
like, fuck that, I'm not coming to you when you
Why
call
would I
me.
buy the cow when I've got the milk for free?
You're just a bitch.
Not like my mother. She was an awesome bitch.
Okay. Yeah, Apophis apparently isn't going to hit us in 2036, they reckon.
That's right.
Oh, okay. All right.
And some other meteorites flying within 15 minutes of Earth. That's the closest a meteorite
It's
can
pretty
get.
small, though.
It's
only
not
45 meters. So.
Yeah, but it would cause some damage. And it's flying... It would be visible for us if we had a
Yeah.
telescope, so it's fairly
No, I
close
think you can see
to...
it with the naked eye. It looks like a satellite in the sky.
So, and it's going to come pretty close.
It's yeah, like it's within the orbit of the moon.
Wow. Yeah, that is very close.
And I think in 2036, the Apophis will do the same thing. But I feel like they should still build something to go up on it and just test as a good practice run.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sort of like Armageddon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've got to send... do we send drillers? miners.
Oh, why not?
That's the only. It's not like they made that movie for fun. They
Yeah,
were just
it was-
showing that they had no option.
They
was a
should
proof of
send a
principle.
cult, because you remember that those
Heaven's
guys,
Gate.
Heaven's Gate, committed suicide to get on the comet.
I'm sure I just heard on the radio the discussion of the possibility of yanking asteroids closer to Earth's orbit to mine them. Like,
Oh,
if that
right.
would
Yeah,
be
they're gonna
a-
do that.
Really?
Some of the new startup companies, space companies, that's their goal. They want to mine from asteroids eventually. I mean, it's a pretty huge job.
Wow.
And how safe would you feel, yanking and come closer, within our orbit? I mean,
Well, I think they're going to put it in orbit around the moon, not
okay.
Earth.
When you get up into space, it's pretty much like free slather. It's like the cowboy country. You can do whatever you like
no
up
one
there.
owns anything up there.
Yeah,
so
like-
you could just buy, except those stars that people buy.
Because they're owned by those
Stay
people.
away from them, okay? 'Cause they're taken.
Yeah. Would you guys... I don't know if I've asked you guys, but I think I've asked the other guys. There's, Elon Musk is going to start taking people to Mars in 10 years, and 'cause he wants to retire on Mars. And
Retire, am I?
and there's this reality TV show in the Netherlands who are recruiting people to train for 10 years so they'll be ready to go in 10 years' time. Would you guys ever sign up? Because it would be a one-way trip.
No.
Because by the time you get there, they won't still have the technology to get back again.
I wouldn't personally.
But they might in the future, like if you live for another 20 years on the planet, they might have the technology to get you
I
back.
don't have the drive.
I would do it, but not for Mars. Or unless they'd advanced, terraforming
Neptune,
technology, and
'cause
it,
it's
Where would you
prettier.
want to go?
well, somewhere that's well out of our solar system.
Oh,
We don't have
right.
any plan. If we had,
Yeah.
FTL travel or something, I would.
So they just fired you off a star and they put you to sleep and you wake up 100 years' time and you arrived in some foreign place.
Yeah, but not before I've, dealt with the alien infestation on the ship that would have inevitably have arisen. And
If anyone's seen Red Dwarf, that you can find humour and fun in any situation in deep space.
Find a mutant cat. That'll be your best friend.
Yeah.
That would be.
now, would it be okay to have sex with cat?
Oh, good question. I say
reckon.
no. Just, I don't know. If he's got cat genes in him.
There's grass on the pitch, let's play. Is that what they say?
So
James
if
just
the
laid
cat was a chick.
rule, the ground rule.
Because let's just remember, male cats have barbed
Yeah, but it wasn't.
penises.
There was a whole.
So-
He evolved from. So there was a whole colony of people like him, but
Yeah.
they died. He was the only one to survive, wasn't it?
He evolved from Lister's cat. That was why he was in stasis.
So obviously, we're female. His mum would have been a female cat who's probably human.
She was
like-
pregnant, wasn't she?
Yeah, a pregnant cat.
Yeah.
Lister's cat was
No, but that.
Yeah.
His cat
But that's
was
where she came
a
from.
million years
Yeah.
in the past. So,
I know, this is like a...
so
big
cat's
descendant.
cat, as in the character cat's immediate mother, would have been human, like him.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh. Yeah.
But is he human? If he's human, then there's no question. I mean,
But because, evolution usually stronger things tend to evolve. Barbed penis would be pretty good for keeping the human race going
Yeah.
because there's really no way out of it once it's in
Do
there.
cats have barbed penises?
Yes.
Oh wow.
That's why I'm like,
Like their
no.
tongues?
It's like
No, I can now officially say
It's like a harpoon.
Yeah, with like humanity
Huh.
reasons.
Yeah.
Not.
So you've banged a cat, obviously.
Watch my video online.
Is that why, cats making it out, sound like they're kind of someone's being murdered?
Yes. Oh,
It doesn't sound like a happy
Apparently
experience.
it's
Social
awful.
structure's very
The
like
cats.
the cat's always firing other cats. My cat's always firing other cats.
Yeah, there's never.
Well, at one point, do they start to
never
get
is.
along? They're not. Or they just rape each other.
If they want
it
something,
fixed?
they'll work together.
My cat's fits, yeah.
Yeah, male cats are fine once you get them fixed. But I just no, cat. I'm sorry. I love you. You've got awesome style.
but no.
No, Danny John Jules. I'm sorry.
Do you know the exercise bike on the ISS, right, has to be suspended on suspension springs because if it was locked to the space station, the force you would create would move the station around or something. Yeah,
Oh wow.
that's what I found out. It's a random fact.
Yeah, right. Well, this ISS station, I mean, is it fixed to the floor as well, or is it just? Is So I don't know what this is.
Well, it's like they have exercise equipment, right? But it's
Okay,
it's not
yeah.
just
All right.
fixed to the wall when you're
Your
doing
notes in there.
things. It has. there's
So what kind of
exercise.
science background do you have?
Yeah. What do you
the
do?
one,
Brett?
the one that
Brett,
doesn't
what do
involve
you do?
exercise.
If you say organic nutrition, then you
I'm
better
a
leave.
naturopath,
No.
homeopathy.
Because Fred's just like, yeah, I do lasers.
Oh, well, I was just going to say I do gravity.
All right.
But I do gravity.
So how do you know about this Canada?
Yeah, I was
thing?
going to say.
Well, I do gravity gradiometry. It's
What's that like?
Means
So-
so much to me.
okay. All right.
Are you going to Antarctica? Don't they have a gravity graviometer down there? The big one?
With the Antarctic division?
And don't know. They've got lasers, weather lasers. They have neutron detectors built into the ice.
Do you got a Jinjin?
No, that's gravity waves. That's
okay.
different. That's
So
like
what do you
stars
do?
collapsing. So gravity gradients. Okay. So like you're down here on Earth. You're attracted pretty strongly towards the ground, but you go up into space and you just go far enough away. You just kind of float. It's like
Well, we needed you because we had this big question, a big argument about whether you only feel weightless because you're falling or whether.
depends. Well, if you're in orbit, you're
Yeah.
you're continuously falling. But if you go far enough away from the Earth, the force of gravity is pretty negligible.
Yeah.
So
how
then-
far would you have to go to feel weightless?
Look, I'll do the calculations, and next
Get back
week
to you.
I'll
Next
get
week,
back to you
okay.
with an exact number.
How many
Okay.
helium
An exact
balloons will
number.
we need
Yeah.
to get that high?
If you're dropped off in space, say you're in a spaceship far
Yeah.
away enough from
Okay.
any planetary body,
Yeah.
and you're just dropped there, and without any force acting on you,
Yeah.
you're going to stay there. You're not,
Pretty
if it's in a
much.
vacuum,
Well, if the spaceship's moving, if you jumped out, you'll keep moving because there's nothing slowing you down. So you would just keep moving. So you would have to have.
But what if
some,
you were? Could you not be?
You need some jet repellent to slow you down to come to a stop.
Yeah. So you wouldn't be falling.
No.
But would the Earth might start pulling you back. So you have to get farther away, or another planetary body like the
or-
sun or the moon.
Well, if you're moving fast enough, then you escape the Earth's gravitational pull, and it won't be able to pull you back in again. So you can escape it. It is escapable. It's hard. Yeah. So just that Mars trip, I don't know.
Mars. It's not.
Oh, yeah. Would you guys go to
They go see the
Mars?
pyramids.
I've been thinking I want to sign up.
I'd go to Mount Olympus just because it sounds pretty badass. Like,
Yeah.
Is it the highest mountain in the solar system?
yeah, I think so. About 14 kilometers high. That's staggering.
It's going to be like Everest.
Could
where
you
find a
just?
bunch
We
of
were
dead
we were
bodies as
wondering,
go
could you
up
just jump
of
off
all
the
the
top
failed climbs?
Could you jump off the top?
and fly to Phobos or something? Does
no,
it not enough?
Because I think Mars gravity is pretty similar to Earth gravity, so you'd have to jump
I
pretty.
think it's like a third of it or something.
Yeah, that sounds about right. You have to jump pretty. Well, you have to be a big jump to make it, and it would hurt too if
Yeah.
if you didn't make it big enough. So, yeah, I reckon that would be. Okay.
So what's the point of you studying it?
What do we need
Yeah,
you
like,
for?
what's the
Okay,
application
all
of
right,
your
okay.
knowledge?
So okay, I was getting back to my point. So that there's changes of gravitational fields as you move further away from like a body. So that's a gravity gradient. Okay, so I at the moment my project is all about building a machine to detect these gravitational gradients, and the reason is because if you've got a big iron ore body, say buried under the ground, if your machine is sensitive enough, you can fly overhead and detect, the gravity gradients are a bit stronger in this region because there's big, maybe like there's a massive iron ore there.
Because there's all
And,
this oil and money.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah,
So it's like a money meter.
How particular is it? Like, could you discern iron ore over something like something useless,
no, but
whatever an equivalent would be?
it's sort of what it does is it means that instead of maybe like digging at 100 sites or 1,000 sites, you can maybe isolate it down to 10 digging sites. So that saves a mining company a lot of money. Yeah, if they can do it.
And you get paid to do this?
Yeah.
Or are you
No.
a student?
No, I get paid to do this now.
I was going to say, is
Yeah.
this like a mining company that you work for, or
Well, yeah,
a company that will sell it to a mining company?
Rio Tinto fund the project that I'm on. Yeah, so it's
And where
all
do you work?
UWA.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
so they
so-
fund the lab.
Yeah,
do
exactly.
this stuff.
That's exactly it. Yeah.
So do scientists, a lot of scientists work for, do they work
Yeah.
for universities pretty much, like,
Yeah.
and get funding for, is that how it works? Like, or are there places where scientists actually work, like science labs, just on their own in a building?
Oh
Like,
no.
would they ever
'Cause
give you an office in the Rio Tinto building and go,
Yeah.
Oh well,
I've never heard of it, just a science building. I always hear of scientists working at universities.
Well, that's no, because I mean that is our science buildings, pretty much. Like,
Yeah.
that's it's the place to be if you're a scientist. I mean, you have institutes. There are institutes as well that don't teach, but and they're scattered around. Everywhere in Perth teaches pretty much.
So it's usually a uni.
Yeah, it usually is. Yeah,
Get
exactly.
some cheap labour to make your coffees out of the
it.
students.
Oh well, yeah.
Not in
For the
Perth.
right grade.
Do you get to fly around to test the equipment out?
Last year I got to fly around quite a bit in a little 4-person aircraft. It was
Where'd you go?
Very cool.
About the furthest out we went was Wave Rock.
All right.
Yeah.
Did you keep just going, we really
So
need
they're
to
like,
go to Broome?
let's hope we can find some more to get rid of WA's only tourist destination. We just dig it up.
Well, we weren't flying over Wave Rock to prospect there,
Yeah.
but yeah, it was mainly just test
okay.
flights.
Yeah.
But it was pretty fun. It was pretty rad going around, up in an aircraft.
Okay.
We did a few manoeuvres as well. It's pretty sickening.
Like,
Up and down.
loop-de-loop?
What, and that changes the
yeah.
equipment, or you guys are just mucking around?
No, it was to test to test it out under different situations. But
and to freak you out.
the worst is when your head pretty much almost like you're going downwards. Okay, you look out the front window and you can see the ground and it's getting closer, and you feel sort of everything inside just floating up, and then your buddy next to you, flicks across a Mentos or something. It just kind of floats across in the air.
Oh, that'd be so cool.
That was cool, but apart from feeling sick and
Such a
like you're
gravity
gonna
geek
die.
thing to do. I would never think to do that. I'd just be like, someone's going to vomit.
Wouldn't you
on
want to
me.
go on? Would you ever go on the Vomit Comet?
What's that?
Oh,
Well, they have like big jet planes you can go on, and you just get to float around the cabin.
Yeah, I'd go on with them.
the
Yeah.
Vomit Comet. What would be the most extreme thing you'd do on a Vomit Comet? Would you just be content with floating around, or would you
Don't they? Yeah.
let's try
I
eating
think
something?
in the 90s in Russia, a porn company
I was going
hired.
to say.
Yeah, waiting for it.
I
Sex.
know.
Was
Yeah.
that not, I'm surprised it was the first thing to come
If
out of your
anyone
mouth.
of our listeners can find a link, because I don't know if it's a myth, because I've never been able to find.
Does that
the
mean
video.
when the money shot happens?
Yeah, well, because it's only like 15 seconds of weightlessness, because they have to fly up and then they fly down again.
Oh, so it's just 15 seconds. Okay,
Yeah,
I'm
so they have to
imagining
do-
those
they have to be-
simulators that
while
they
they're
have
going
in
up.
buildings.
They have to get ready, like they've got the fluffers at work,
Oh!
and then as soon as they're going over the edge, they're like, quick action, sound, camera, and obviously probably the cameramen are probably flying around as well, so it's quite hard to film. Yeah.
Yuck! Oh
wow,
my-
that's yeah.
You're the expert.
I'm actually just amazed. Like that's an endeavour, really,
Yeah.
to go to those lengths.
Wouldn't the cleaning be most of the budget? Like, you'd have to get that cleaned
Yeah.
professionally.
I mean, I think they're all pretty fitted out because they're used to people vomiting them in anyway, so they have to clean them out pretty regularly. So it's not much difference between vomit and other
Yeah,
liquids from inside.
It's much of a muchness. Is it?
Pilot would always know, though. He'd be like, that's where
Yeah.
it splattered when gravity came
I think a
back
couple
in.
got married, like in
yeah?
free fall, and
Being nauseous on your wedding day, the happiest day of your life.
they put Stephen Hawking up so he was obviously because he's paralyzed, he can't really enjoy life. But then they're like, oh, here's 15 seconds of being weightless.
Why don't we just euthanize him then, hey?
Well, does he look
can't
happy
enjoy
to you? I don't know.
Is his intellect connected to his physical problems? Because I remember someone insinuated that once in a conversation. I was like, is that real? Because I don't see how that would...
I saw a movie
Work.
about him, and then the start of the movie, he was still walking around being normal.
Yeah. Like
Oh, it progressed.
Yeah.
He, I think it progressed from his late teens, early 20s. He used to be more whole.
I think he was an academic. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a book called Packing for Mars by Mary Roach, and she talked about the weightless sex thing, and I can't remember what she said, if it was for
Can you
realsies
send me
or
that
not.
link? I'd love to.
So
I've got it. Well, I read it at home, but I'm trying to find a reference to it online.
is this a question of how long till there's porn on Mars? Is that where this is going?
Well, I mean, the space tourism industry, it's going to be one of the first products of that industry, isn't it?
Haven't they already sold the tickets for the first flight?
Yeah.
Isn't that guy
Justin
from
Bieber's
Lance
got one.
Bass from
Yeah.
was it NSYNC?
NSYNC, yeah. And Justin Bieber, I'm pretty sure, is on one of the first as well. Lance Bass and
okay.
Justin Bieber. They're just going to get all the boy bands from throughout history and get them all on one plane.
The first flights that they're charging $200,000. It's only 5 minutes of weightlessness. So,
Whoa,
Yeah.
$200,000.
so what's the math of that? How many dollars per minute?
Ooh, jeez. How many dollars per minute? $200,000
How many
$40,000 a minute.
divided by 5.
I'm not
Yeah.
even going to try.
That's no, you got it about right.
So yeah. Eventually they'll go into orbit, but they don't.
Don't they
that
have
down yet.
simulators though that can let you in NASA and all that can let you experience weightlessness?
Well, that's what they do. They just put you in those planes that just fall to the ground, basically.
But I thought they had them like on the ground, so you don't have to just.
They have
wait.
like big tanks of water, so you sort of get in this swimsuit into the astronaut
okay.
and sort of move around the water. But that's not. You
I
don't
was just
feel
thinking,
weightless.
if NASA wants to make some money, they should just rent that out, venue hire style.
New direction for
Yeah.
NASA.
Well, I mean, a zero gravity porno, like one that's actually got a plot, and you
yeah.
get to invest in the characters. But like just seeing more than 15 seconds of them in weightlessness.
I'm thinking like, something about they went up in space. Little were they prepared to never come back to Earth.
Come, CUM, back to Earth. I think. Yeah.
Do you guys know
Bring in the turn,
much
yes.
about American politics? Do you know
Isn't
the
there
difference
like-
between a Democrat and a Republican?
Isn't there like a Muslim in power?
Oh, and he was
yeah.
like born in like Afghanistan.
Kenya.
Yeah.
I've watched a couple of seasons of The West
Shocking.
Wing, so
Yeah.
I believe that qualifies me.
So you're dead
Yes,
to James.
can we-
Well, do you want to guess what percentage of scientists call themselves Republicans?
Whoa, okay.
5.
I reckon.
Which in Australia is equivalent of saying you're a liberal,
Yeah. Well.
I guess. As close as we have.
Yeah. Okay. Percentage of scientists.
Number between 0 and 100. It's really, you cheated by Google.
No, I
I-
said 5 first before I looked.
All right.
I've read this article.
Oh,
so-
okay.
All right. Well.
Oh, it's been in the show notes. You already know.
Yeah.
How about
I'm so proud.
Okay, here we go. I can make a guess. Now, I'm thinking, I wouldn't say 5, because America's a pretty big place, and there's a lot of Republicans, and there's a lot of Democrats.
Go on.
But I would think that more would... Anyway, I'll stop reasoning. I'll just give you a number. Look, 35%. How's that?
Oh, wow.
What?
6% of scientists say they're
Of how many
Whoa.
surveyed though?
Whoa.
And were they all from like a liberal arts
Yeah, I want
college?
some statistical
I don't know.
bounds on this.
But didn't they say the reasoning behind a lot of it was because like pretty much a lot of Republicans just really strongly dispute pretty much everything science stands for, because liberals over here are a lot more like liberal than Republicans, because even though there's Tony Abbott, there's also normal people.
Yeah, well, yeah, I guess, I don't know. I mean, I didn't think that Republican meant sort of, denial of
They go for-
creationism and stuff.
They
but-
go for a lot of the Christian values, I
Yeah,
think,
okay.
whereas the
Alright.
liberals don't really. That's like a
No.
personal choice.
Yeah.
I'm no defender of either side, but the liberals are pretty like non-preachy.
Well, just today, a new political party in Australia launched, and
Another sex party.
it's this guy who blamed the Victorian bushfires that killed 170 people on Victoria's abortion laws.
Oh,
Wow. Did he justify his beliefs in an elegant and insightful
he was like,
philosophical argument?
You know,
Yeah.
it's a tragedy what happened, and I personally believe that it was sort of a backlash on our society for the decisions we've made. You know,
Okay.
wow.
yeah.
He's going to get a lot of votes.
Oh yeah.
That
And his main spruiker is that crazy lord from England with the big eyes.
Oh, the climate change.
Yeah, the climate change deniers. Yeah.
I saw a bumper sticker the other day, and it just said, "I do not believe in climate change," and that was it. It was just a black bumper sticker with that written on it, and I think white.
Cool. Did you
And-
toot him?
Well, I was just like, "What? Like that? We have bumper stickers now for that? Like, what's the
Okay.
point? I don't see the."
So you can sort of just state what you believe on the back of your car,
But it was just so
shout it out.
boring and like didn't actually really do anything. I was like,
Yeah.
this is just you've written your opinion.
Yeah, like
no
what-
pizzazz.
Why not? I do not believe in porno leprechauns,
Yeah.
for example.
Oh yeah, like I don't believe like those
Or,
ones that women get where it says I don't believe in what is it? I don't believe in good men, amazing sex, unicorns, or other mythical creatures. It's like lamest bumper sticker ever, but at least you're drawn in. You're like, okay, I committed to reading that. And it
Damn
was
it.
lame,
Yeah.
but I feel like, you know, it deserves to be stamped on a bumper sticker because, you know,
Yeah.
a bunch of chicks will appreciate it. But that, I was like, it's like, gotta be snappy.
Yeah.
You're a bumper sticker. You're a bumper sticker. There is
It doesn't even make an effort at humour. So there's an instant
That's the
fail
thing.
right there, you know? Like, you gotta...
no pictures, no nothing.
Yeah.
I just say, just putting it out there. Just if you don't believe in climate change, doesn't mean you have to be boring. You can have a bit of creativity
Yeah.
about you.
Get a bit of sticker, damn it.
And by the way, I don't really agree with you.
Do you know it's hard to cry in space?
Yes, because I read the show notes.
There's no gravity to make tears, roll down your face. So you just get this bubble of liquid around your eyeballs.
Really just building up.
Yeah.
That would be so annoying.
But then, like, wouldn't you be able to blink it out? Or it would just hang around?
Probably. I mean, the water has a special force, right? That keeps it sticking.
Surface
Viscosity.
tension.
Surface tension. Yeah.
Yeah.
You actually have to have in spaceships have to be really well ventilated, because what happens is if they're not, a carbon dioxide bubble will form from you breathing out around you and you'll suffocate.
Oh, that's grim.
Yeah.
Or you got to like always keep on the move. So
Yeah.
Just,
How many monkeys had to die in the 60s so they could find that out?
Oh, well, I think we talked about the round center monkey. There's a picture. I put a picture up on that in the show notes. We have show notes at fanginround.com if you want to know the visual things that we've been talking about.
Did you know
I
they
read
also
them.
recently sent up a turtle, a mouse, and something else? There's like a third animal that
All
they
in
all
their
sent
own
up at
spacesuits?
well,
spacesuit
according
would
to
be
the
cool.
little cartoon that I saw it on.
okay.
That would be
Well,
adorable.
if you had your own space program, okay, and you were going to send up an animal to test it out, what animal would it be?
An elephant.
Elephant.
I was thinking about this the other day. Like, what about fish? Have they done that?
No, I don't
Oh, if
think.
they could find a way for them to breathe, it would be adorable to watch them swim in zero gravity.
Why wouldn't they breathe?
What? Because they wouldn't have water.
I just butt in?
Okay.
I just think it'd be cute to watch them.
I
Like,
was just assuming they'll put them in a fish tank.
oh, do you know what I would actually like? I am creeped out by eels. I think they've got the creepiest faces ever, so I think it'd be really trippy, creepy.
Well, the third animal was a
could-
worm. I just
Oh,
discovered.
that'd be so creepy, but their
worm.
faces are cute.
Well, this isn't a physical paper. You're reading.
A mouse, 2 turtles, and some worms were on board Iran's first successfully launched space rocket in 2010.
I'm just imagining
Whoa.
Slimy
Nice.
from
I
Sesame
don't know if they
Street,
survived.
who looks a bit like me.
Yeah,
It's true.
it's true. Yeah.
Yeah, I always tell people that, and then they go, "Oh, why did you have to say that?"
So yeah, I think a worm. Actually, the fish is a pretty good choice. Really, like they'd kind of be used to sort of just floating around.
I
and-
should Google this. I'm sure I've done
Yeah.
it.
I think it'd be just cool.
Makes a lot of sense. Fish in space.
But an eel would be freaky because they just have the weirdest faces. Like they've got they curve their mouth down. I realised doing the face on radio or
Copycat.
podcast is really, but they're just creepy as hell.
Do girls have different thoughts about eels? Because it's kind of like a phallic symbol.
What are your opinions?
I
on
eat eel. I enjoy eating eel.
I don't. It's
Had
too
grilled eel
fishy.
the other day.
Yeah,
Does that say anything?
You feel empowered. That's a good segue to Feminism Corner. now that you were
You're not
talking
forcing
about
this at all.
smooth.
you were
James.
talking about the movie Grease, and you got overtalked. There was some
Oh.
feminist issues to do with the
I
movie
don't
Grease.
think it's a good movie.
No, I agree
It's
on that.
just like, oh, yeah, you're pretty, but you're boring. You should wear black leather and change yourself for this guy,
and
and
slut it
take
up.
up smoking as well.
Smoking.
Terrible.
That's pretty much the plot for most romantic comedies ever.
Much.
Change.
The woman should
Yeah.
change.
Yeah.
Oh, look, take her glasses off. Oh, she's really beautiful.
He
She's
makes-
made over to be perfect
Yeah.
and popular.
And doesn't
Happy
Danny
ending.
make a really piss weak attempt? to,
Breakfast
like,
Club, same
conform?
thing.
Yes.
Make over the nerdy girl to make her more like a cheerleader, and then
I
she's
know.
happy.
I was like, is this really necessary?
But
when I
there's
saw
movies
that?
that go the other way. Like there's the dodgy dude who goes to this rich place, and so he has to learn how to speak properly, like how now brown cow and all that.
What movie is that?
I'm thinking like Oxford Blues.
I haven't seen that.
Speaking of a Rat Pack movie. Rat Pack?
Brat Pack. Yeah.
Rat Pack.
I mean, this isn't really like a feminist comment, but
That's such a man thing to say.
like Sandy was also prettier when she was as
Yes.
with the dress and the sort of
She had,
slightly sort of nervous.
No, I
she
thought
was-
that. And then I saw her with... It's the hair I didn't like. It reminded me of just...
So it's an aesthetic thing for you. It's not really an issue of
No,
kind of feminism.
you know, who
and
cares
Strong
that you're
women. It's
soldier?
like big hair. No.
I just thought it was just lame hair. And
I think the thing that annoyed me most about Grease is the fact that we had to. I watched it a few times, forced to watch it. In fact, like our high school camp, they had Grease.
Oh, they used to always play
the
Grease.
teachers were totally
We had this one teacher we
Fire
had for
for
2
it.
years in a row, and he played it every,
yeah.
2 years.
everyone gets so excited when that Summer Loving song comes on. And I'm just
Well,
like...
they always play that Grease Ultimate Mix, which has all the songs mixed up together.
I hate it. Like, every time those songs come on, I'm like, oh, I have to sing along because otherwise...
And everyone's like,
Yeah, everyone's like, oh! It's like, oh, tell me more. I become Sandy then because I...
I don't know.
Like,
don't
does
know
he
the
have a core? I actually become Sandy, though, I just realised, because whenever that plays, I've given up fighting whenever it comes on and going, oh, this is a terrible representation, because people will just go, oh my God, we're just out dancing, Natalie, just get over it. And so I become Sandy and just go, yay, I love
You've just
this
surrendered your
song.
identity and just
Yep.
packed it in.
Thanks, Grease. Just,
The power of Grease to brainwash you.
God, I hate it. Oh, continue.
No, I was going to go off topic, so.
Well, I was a bit as well, so...
Well, one of the links that you put on was a rant about Beauty and the Beast and how it is a movie that really...
That's a really good article.
Yeah.
It's upsetting, but good. Like, describe.
I put this article up?
Yes, you did. What was it? Rape culture. Thoughts on rape culture. And
Oh,
it was-
right. Yeah,
Have you read it?
I put that up with Dan
no.
Campbell.
So
We can talk
good.
about it. Campbell's not here. Rape,
Campbell's not here, so rape is on the table.
We're going to talk about it, you know?
That's it crushed my
Now,
childhood.
it's been so long ago since I read that because I've been there sitting there for like 3 months. What was it about?
Well, you think about the plot of Beauty and the Beast, and it's like, oh, Belle doesn't like Gaston, so he's really aggressive about pursuing her, and he gets her dad committed because he won't go with her. And then the only way to get out of her dad being stuck in an asylum, which they don't touch on, would have probably been a horrific thing to have in that time. And so she has to go and live with the Beast, who's really aggressive and horrible, both verbally and physically. And then all of the little pots and pans that walk around talking to him will all come up to her and go, oh, he's not that bad. Oh, just give him a try. And I was just like, yeah, this is like an abusive husband. And all the people who like are in the social group just going, oh, he's not that bad. Don't worry about it. He'll be fine in the morning. You just got him angry. And I was just reading it going,
you...
Oh, it's a bit like
Pulled
it's a
history.
bit like Jim in The Office, and all the people were defending him, like, "Oh, I'm going to commit suicide if Jim and Pam break up in this season." Like,
really?
yeah, because they all love Jim. Oh, he's the best. And I'm like, no, he's an abusive
He's
husband. It's just
Perfected the art of looking at a camera and going,
The dopey Jim look.
So that's cool.
I actually have to start watching The Office now. But yeah, that article is really, really good.
It is, because it made me, made me think about it, and that on some level I accept that kind of story of, and that kind of linked story of like the bad boy, why certain women always go for bad men. Oh, he'll be good for me, or I'll fix him. And
Do you think that still comes up quite a lot, like in Disney stories? Or,
I don't know about
other-
Disney, but where it's coming up in is a lot of young adult literature, things
Okay.
like Twilight,
No.
Okay.
all of those things
The
aimed at
broody
younger
guy.
girls. It's the defining theme, like that
Yeah.
kind of aloof, attractive male who is really hot and cold and treats you quite badly and blah blah.
And
blah.
all these sweet-natured teenage boys out there who are really nice and open
Yeah.
and trying to get a girlfriend in the Twilight era, and it's like, oh, you don't sound.
I've got to be an
sharp.
asshole. I've got to treat a woman like shit.
Yeah, and-
for her to want to be with me.
And hide from the sun, like
I mean, that's I've never
Sparkling.
yeah.
I've never
some glitter.
seen Twilight, but from what I'm guessing, it's sort of like there's a girl and then there's a guy and he falls, and they sort of fall in love. But he's a vampire, so he has this thirst for blood, so he always wants to drink her blood, and so they can't quite be together unless he goes out and drinks lots of other people's blood to feel satisfied.
No,
it's
not even that.
No,
Most watered down.
they don't drink
pathetic
human blood. They're
vampires.
They're Mormon vampires.
Oh, wow.
I thought it was going to be like, I thought it was meant to be like this whole metaphor, like he really wants to rape her and he can't control it, so he has to
Doesn't
go out
even
and
have the Anne
he has to go out and
Rice sexiness.
masturbate heaps, so
No.
he just doesn't have that urge when they get together.
It's a very Puritan kind of story because eventually when they do have sex is on their wedding night and it's really violent and she gets really hurt
and
then
he
she gets
breaks
knocked
the
up.
bed. And
wow.
yeah, and the child
Gee,
kills
but it's
someone
written
with
by a
him.
Mormon.
Yeah. It's very, I think, reflective of certain puritanical attitudes
also-
towards sex.
Yeah. Oh.
But there's a kind of not dissimilar analysis of Twilight, like that Beauty and the Beast one, where it's Robin Pattinson's character Edward, he fulfills all the criteria for a stalker, which possibly even more. So then,
Should we add him to the whiteboard and just
how does he compare?
start marking
Edward
up?
James Jules.
Because he comes into a room at night and watches her sleep while she doesn't know, and then she wakes up and he's not there, but he's hiding around the corner watching her sleep. It's creepy.
But she is also a
Oh.
needy as hell character.
That's it. She's the limpest female.
Can I just say I was forced to see the second movie. I haven't even seen the first, but I had to see the second movie. A guy made me see this movie. And I kept saying, we can go see that action movie if you want. Oh, no, we may as well go and see Twilight.
Oh,
no,
you really
really.
want to see it.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah.
why?
And I kept
given
saying,
the choice?
I kept saying, we can go and see any other movie but that. I am just putting it out there that I have no interest in seeing Twilight. It sounds awful. And he was like, oh, I suppose I'd better take you to see it.
Like it's some kind of obligation that's being offloaded.
Just completely ignoring my pleas and just like trying to pass it off as, thrown out a bone by taking her to see it. And at one point, for her own good, for some reason, the vampire breaks up with her and she's in a room for like spring, autumn and winter. It just shows her in the same rocking chair staring wistfully out the window as the seasons change, and it's like, this is what teenage girls think should happen if a guy breaks up with you. And the only thing that brings her out of her room is when the werewolf guy wants something to do with her. So it's like, validation from another hot guy. And I was just like, the whole time I was like, I hate this movie so much. I
heard that her. I haven't seen it. But people have told me that Bella's character is designed as like a blank slate so that people can project themselves onto her, imagine themselves as her during the movie.
I don't.
Deliberately written that
She's
way.
designed as an imagination killer. She's just the worst. There's no personality, and I don't know. I
she's
think
just waiting to cling on to someone.
she has
So
no
you
balls.
want more the other sort of main female character, which is the girl who's just, I'm crazy, I'm so crazy.
But
Yeah, because that's the alternate. It's one or the other. That's
It's like, well, when I grew up, because I was a twin, born in the same year as the Olsen twins. Growing up, everyone thought if you're a twin, one of you's got to be the girly twin and one of you's got to be the tomboy twin. Nothing in between. Or you're both super girly and you are creepy and pretty much mirror each other. That's the only way twins can be. So,
So you're the tomboy?
I'm the evil twin.
Oh, the evil one.
Don't cross me. I killed her at birth. I really
you
did.
ate her. She was like
I
a
wish.
parasitic twin.
I met someone who ate their twin and I was like, high five. It's twin humour, you guys wouldn't get it.
Yeah.
Unless some of you ate your twin and don't know it, it can happen.
Hey, Chang did it.
There's actually
Maybe
an
one
awesome
day
episode. Well, you could get like an X-ray and they may find like a fetus. Because there's an episode of South Park. What?
No, I was just going Total Recall. The twin idiot.
So you're gonna go,
Wasn't Elvis like that? Didn't he eat his twin?
I don't know if he
I think
ate his
the twin
twin. I think his twin died.
Yeah. Well, there's an episode of South Park where there's a teacher with a dead fetus twin attached to her head.
Yeah.
And so Kyle's mum takes all the kids and thinks, I'm going to help this woman out by giving the kids a pep talk, and I'm going to teach them about acceptance of others. And so she talks about sometimes when a mommy is pregnant, you know, there are two babies, but one of the babies dies. And sometimes that baby can be absorbed by the other baby. And she then goes, who knows, one of you may have a little fetus inside of you. And then it just cuts to one of the other boys' mothers calling her up going, Sheila, can you explain why my son is trying to crack his head open? And you just hear him in the background going, get it out, get it out. So
Yeah.
twins are pretty messed up. We just steal each other's nutrients and plot each other's deaths.
Dodged a bullet there.
If your sister's like getting laid, do you get all tingly?
No, she has a word for that. Twincest. Anything
Twincest.
where twins involve each other in their sex lives in any capacity is twincest, and she is completely against it.
No, I'm just saying it like unconsciously. You
Nope.
this feeling comes over you. You're like, oh yeah, my sister's getting laid.
We are the most
Connected.
unconnected twins you'll ever meet. The only time we talk at the same time is because when you grow up being a complete film and TV geek until you're about 14 and you're a twin, you got to watch the same things because it's the 90s.
Yep.
You have the same you have the same VCR, the same TV, everything you watch is the same. So we have the same lines sometimes when we say something, and that's when we'll say things at the same time and people go, ooh, hoo, hoo, you guys are reading each other's minds. It's like, no, we were actually just complete losers when we were younger, and we've seen this movie so many times that it's impossible not to react with that line when you say something. But yeah, no.
Okay. Do you ever wish you could fight on the front line?
Oh, it's a random.
I wish that I had the choice.
Yeah, I don't think physically I'm up to it, but if I was, I'd be pretty pissed if I wasn't allowed to.
Because this is another feminist issue. Because I think Israel, they need all the people they want in their army. But what they found was that if a guy witnessed a woman soldier get injured, he would just lose all focus in battle and just be, I want to save her and take her to safety. And
This
then,
was in the 40s, though, and, you know,
Yeah.
they're like billing it as, oh, it's like this, you know, undeniable biological urge for men to protect women. And I've read things, like, I don't know, I just think it was a product of its time and its culture.
I'm assuming it's changed now.
I think it's
Guys,
changed, and I think it
like-
depends
Yeah.
on the culture or the society. And I think, you know, I've read quotes from... I read about an American soldier talking about a female who had, in the face of like incoming fire, she was dragging one of her colleagues, I guess, away and firing a M16 or whatever. I don't think you can fire an M16 one-handed, but something that packed a punch.
Unless you're
And
Rambo.
she's saving this person, and
Dragging
this
with a pinky.
American male soldier was going, she was fucking amazing, and this woman, this is in Iraq, and she was a tech. She wasn't front line because obviously they didn't allow women to fight front line. And one of the things that's popped up with this whole ruling is that women are fighting, or they're on the front line anyway, but then just not.
It's not official.
It's a
but
reality.
they're
It's not
finding a
official,
way.
but it's a reality,
Yeah.
and
Why
they should just be given the choice.
Yeah, but I
If
think
they
just
can-
talk it out. Like if
Yeah.
it is, so if they think it's going to be an issue, actually, if there is a chick on the front line, talk it out and just say, hey, if you're out there and there's me injured and a guy injured, whichever one you can get to first or who seems the most viable, go for them. Like as a chick, I would actually want it to be put out there. Don't feel at all
Yeah, but I think
obliged to
that's
me.
the idea. Is the guys just this?
I think it's changed, though, like-
hormonal urge to just save a woman.
But I think if
I think that's bullshit.
I think that's more like as in if you see a woman, like a civilian woman, you'd think that. But I think if you've trained with a chick, usually chicks pretty much have to overcompensate in situations like that and do the whole I have to prove myself, I am a man thing. So by then the guys pretty much would have gotten the picture that, Don't pussyfoot around me. Like, don't worry about, like, oh, it's unchivalrous to not go out and drag me back first. Like, drag the guy back first if it's a more viable option. And I think that it just needs discussion to make it, like, just, you need to put it out there.
If you're fighting on the front line, you've probably achieved a certain standard of ability, you know, your weight-bearing ability or, you know, combat ability. You're qualified to be there. On the front line, soldiers should be soldiers, and I think that's something you can aim for.
Can't ladies in Australia, you know, just when they join up with the army, isn't frontline service part of it?
No.
No.
Oh, it's not.
No.
Oh.
But where they are actively recruited is to be the gunner in helicopter gunships.
Okay.
Because, they did that famous test years ago where they got people to walk into this room, they see someone else on the other side of the glass, and they're told to zap them, electrocute them, and women are far more likely to obey that order and not question it. Okay. So they will just do what they're told. And that's what they have them in the helicopter gunships, because they're far more likely to just pull the trigger and blow it up without going, oh, who's inside that building?
Okay. Is that
they're sort of just
cultural thing?
They just make more cold-hearted decisions in the moment.
Okay.
You know, as long as they're told that they're doing it for the country and that.
I guess, chicks, like, you know, like, I know men went out to hunt and everything, but the women who would stay home, whether it's in the caveman years or now, women did have to multitask. They've always had to multitask. So I guess, like, biologically,
and
they
that's
would just
another
fight
reason,
through it and just be like,
the gunship
someone
people,
told
you're
me to do
tracking
something.
so much stuff at the same time.
Well, yeah, like, I guess if a woman was told, shoot that, you know, building over there, they would just do it because it is kind of more of a female way of thinking. Because we do have different ways of thinking, usually. Both have their pros and cons. So, yeah.
I don't know. I think the differences between male and female thinking, these alleged differences, are vastly over-exaggerated.
Oh,
And,
yeah.
Once, you're on a spectrum and there's
But in
overlap.
that situation, it's been pointed out that women are at an advantage, and it's like, well, maybe you should look into other advantages that there are out there, because there are tiny, tiny differences. But I mean, hey, maybe it means that actually chicks could be more useful on the front line because they can be more direct and they do know how to multitask. Who knows? This could all be.
We're all pretty
disproven.
highly evolved. Homo sapiens
Yeah.
sapiens. We can all fucking multitask.
But if
it's
they
not like
but if they want
rocket
to, if they wanted to, rely on the whole, men were built to do this and men were built to do that. Well, women were built to do a lot of stuff as well, which could come in your favour. I just think if they're out there, if you're on the front line, you don't just walk into that off the street and go, I want to go fight on the front line.
Yeah.
Like Jules said, you have to work up to it. You know you're out there and you could die. You're not going to be like, everyone, I got my period today. I'm not
Well, that's
gonna
obviously
go."
the big concern. If Hillary gets
The
in power
bears.
at the next election,
Oh my
she's
God.
gonna be flashing
Blow shit
red.
up.
She's gonna pull out the button and
Do you
press
know
that
how old
happens.
Hillary is? I don't mean to
she
be
might have gone through
rude.
menopause.
I think
I think they
she's
do.
at that.
For people in power, they have to give them vaginal rejuvenation and pump them full of hormones to get them on track. That's how.
Can I just correct myself? It was an M16 that this tech was firing
Wow.
one-handed.
Awesome.
And then the comment later was, when the chips are down, a good soldier is a good soldier, and it doesn't really matter. And that was her major. So,
Yeah.
and that's just that's one example.
Just say if I was out there on the front line, leave me to die if you have to.
No, but
Giving you permission.
I'd hope that if you're out with your unit and someone from your unit gets felled, male or female, you'd want to help them out, and get them out.
But
there.
they're acting like men would just be like, oh my God, I can't function because there's a woman in pain.
Obviously, they have no respect for males'
Like,
ability to...
where are these guys in the dating scene? They're
They
so
shouldn't-
sensitive and amazing, and just
Yeah.
come over and dip strawberries into chocolate for me. I'll pretend I'm dying on the front line for you, and all your loveliness will come out.
In the heat of battle. Yeah, it's.
I think one of the things that's often flung up, in opposition to women on the front line is, how will we react when we see women coming home in body bags? Nobody likes to see their men come home in body
Don't they
bags,
have
or their
to
sons,
see-
or their brothers or fathers. You fucking get used to war.
But also
And how many women die in
civilians.
war anyway? Exactly.
Yeah, civilians.
Women
you have to see
usually
children. That's more
It's
affecting.
just, these similar arguments were probably used against letting people of, different skin colours into, certain army divisions. Oh, it's different. Oh, we don't know how they're going to fight. And women should be given the choice. We're
Are
people.
they physically capable of it?
Are they mentally capable of it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I think it'll happen eventually. But there is just so much messiness behind that. I think you forget sometimes how different sectors of society can be. Like, you forget that sexism does exist until you enter certain situations where you're like, oh, because I met a guy who actually said to me when we were paintballing, he said, I would rather shoot myself in the foot than be shot by you.
At which point you shot him in the face.
He then went out and made it, because I jokingly said, well then, guess I'll have to keep my eye on you. He then made a point of hunting me down on the floor and shooting me about 5 times. And I was obviously out by then. And the ref guy was like, all right, you're out. He then shot me another 5 times. And I actually just said, that's really painful. Can you stop hitting me? But he was actually a total dickhead.
Has he since been arrested for
I just
sexual crime?
I showed him all my bruises after, and I was like, pretty much only 3 of them were actually valid hits. But like, there are some really sexist guys out there, and he just said, oh yeah, if I was in the army, I would rather just shoot myself than be saved by a woman. He actually did say that as well.
That's great. If he made that known, to women beforehand, that makes things fairly easy for.
But like he was highly sexist, like incredibly. Didn't make any attempt to hide it, and was like aggressive about it. And that he wasn't even chivalrous.
Yeah.
Because you don't shoot the crap out of a girl with a paint gun if you're chivalrous.
We don't shoot the crap out of anyone once they're down. That's good sports personship.
They were all a bit like the paintball. Like some of the paintball reps were cool, but they were also a bit like, because like
You're a girl. What are you doing here?
Yeah, they just kind of like turn around, and I was like, "Are you serious? Lots of girls go paintballing. It's not like I'm treading new ground here.
Well,
It's a hobby that people do every weekend." And I really there were 3 other girls with me. I was like, "Are we really the first girls who've ever done paintballing in Perth?"
Surely not.
I doubt it. But yeah, they just didn't really care or defend me or anything, because technically he should have been taken off.
Yeah. Whenever they're, the paintballing companies are set up, to accost passers-by, they never bother with me. I find that offensive. I am interested in paintball.
They tried to stop me once, so I asked him if I wanted to buy something for my boyfriend.
Yes, I've had that when I went to go buy a video game, and I got asked by this kid. So, who's selling me this video game. Oh, do you know anyone that plays video games? Like, 'cause he's trying to sell me a subscription to a magazine. I'm like, I play video games. I'm now buying one.
Do you want me to gift wrap that for you?
Was this in an EV store?
Yes!
Oh, they're uber geeks.
Was this kid just like, you're looking
God,
at your free, oh my god, it's a girl coming into the store.
Just like double checking you have boobs. Oh my god.
Because of course I was like, just like this.
Slutting it around town.
I was listening to this podcast, and there was this woman. She's she was at a tech conference, and she was one of the lead speakers. And she's a user interface designer for software, and it was one of the I can't remember what it's called, but it was a really big sort of conference for the tech industry. And she was one of the headline speakers, and they had one of those big, those screens behind where you can tweet in and your tweets will appear on the screen.
Oh, yeah.
Behind the lecturer. And someone, this woman happened to be, the UI designer happened to be blonde with blue eyes, and someone got a bunch of pictures of like a porn star who looks a bit like her, completely naked and sexy, and started tweeting in nude pictures of her on the screen, behind her, and obviously it became this. The people running it quickly shut the whole thing down and tried to think, but it's sort of become this big blow up in the industry. Like, is it possible for a woman to, work in the industry without facing kind of like these men who are trying to it's sort of like this tall poppy, like, let's cut down the successful woman,
It seems to be a lot of...
Which it happens more in the game industry, female game journalists just get harassed all the time.
Yeah, and publicly like that. And I think might have been last year, there was like another conference where a woman was described as, what was she like? She was just eye candy there. Like she was, God, I should really know what the story is, so I'll look it up while you continue.
Feminist cause next week.
I just don't get it, because what's annoying is that most guys aren't sexist, but the few that are sexist are so awful that it creates these situations that become really uncomfortable because women have to file complaints or they have to do sexual harassment reports or something like that. And men just get, like, in general, I think, must just get really bored, because I can always see the eyes kind of glaze over whenever women's rights come up, and they're just kind of like, oh, I've had to listen to this so often. I am not sexist. Why do I have to listen to this? And it kind of sucks because, like, I don't know, chicks feel bad talking about how there is still sexism out there, just because most of the guys that they come across, and if they do bring it up into conversation, aren't actually part of the problem. And so I don't really blame them when they kind of go, we're going to have to talk about this. Am I going to be given male guilt for...
Yeah, but it's the same thing for, like, anytime racism comes up. Oh, do I have to listen to... it shouldn't be just ignored because you've never had to experience it. You've never been a victim of it.
It's just kind of like, I can see just...
Suck it up.
Yeah, like, guys just don't really want to talk about it because it is a case of, well... Which sucks, because I don't think I should have to be constantly bored by Jermaine Greer quotes. And
she's the worst spokesperson for feminism.
Maybe they're, like, maybe some of them are bored, but maybe others are, feeling sort of guilt on behalf of, the
thinking of some of the things they've said.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and just
yeah. I don't know. It's just shitty.
Yeah. Nothing wrong with talking about it, especially because I guess it can be quite, subtle, the ways in which it manifests as well.
Yeah,
It's
actually.
sort of casual sort of assumptions and things that people say. But
I guess it depends on the industry as well. Because, I'm trying to think, actually. Is there an industry where women... Porn is an industry where women get paid more than men.
Oh, I follow this porn star who's a huge feminist, and she's like, I got into because it's the one industry that women get paid more than men.
Do they really? I'd say a small amount of women get paid a lot of money, and the rest of women don't. And
well, in terms of the industry, in terms of professional porn stars...
even professional porn stars.
No,
unless you're a big name.
Yeah, but I think even then you can go on the free cams and just make a bunch of money.
Strippers, it is a fact, because I have had friends who've been strippers, and male strippers, there's nowhere near as big a market, and also they don't really do as much as female strippers do. They're usually just called in to, like, show up at a party and embarrass a chick by going, hey, I'm going to gyrate on your lap. But other than a few really particular male strippers who take their careers very seriously, not a lot of money to be made for the men there. Chicks, on the other hand, can... I don't know, it's kind of contentious. They can earn a good amount of money from it, but having said that, I don't think it's personally worth it. Like, my friends and I have discussed it, and they've been like, pros and cons. One guy from your school finds out where you work, all of them flock there. Is that really worth what you're getting plus tips? But, strippers, they do definitely... Don't let Magic Mike fool you. Male strippers do not get that much work or money compared to female
Actually, they didn't fool me. I thought... I was watching that going...
I just couldn't see it. I kept seeing the adverts and I was like, oh, this just looks insulting.
Do you know, it really wasn't as bad as... I went and saw it, and I hadn't
really
realised
good
that Steven Soderbergh had directed it, and it's...
Well, I'd heard that,
It's an indie film, right down to the fact that he couldn't hook up proper microphones to catch their dialogue, which shit me.
Oh, wow.
Well, it was all like
realise.
kind of muffled. It was all, I'm Steven Soderbergh making a new movie. But it wasn't. It was
I've heard-
it was dirty. It was gritty. It was
I've
not
heard
too
it's
dirty.
not actually that bad, but I just didn't like the way it was marketed. It was like, hey, ladies, take the night off. You've all got to come on down and just check out all these buff guys taking their shirts off and then their pants.
I sat in a cinema full of women who were just like, what? This is a real movie? Like, this, characters? There's
All
not just...
dressed for a hen's night, and then it's like, oh, it's Steven Soderbergh movie. Dialogue that I can't hear very well. Yeah, no, I just refuse to see it based on that. They lost me on the advertising. They made millions of dollars off of that advertising, though, so I don't think they really care that one, like, on her high horse chick didn't go and see it because of that, because it's what
Now
got
she's
them
going
in.
home to rent it on DVD. Pre-order.
Or Pirate Bay. Fight the
Then you can
system.
watch it without
Edgy.
paying, supporting the
Edgy.
artist.
Yeah.
Once again, just dragging down the male strippers. They're already downtrodden,
Those
and now
struggling male strippers out on the streets.
and
like,
now I'm going to go on Pirate Bay and take their inspirational film and watch it for free. I'm not really, if any police are listening. I've never been to Pirate Bay.
anything we say here is in jest, of course.
Yeah, I think it's a black
Can we
screen
have
with
just like a
ship on it.
disclaimer? Can you just record a disclaimer to play at the beginning of each podcast? That
No one here does
fully
anything
absolves us
illegal.
of anything that we say
This
on the
may
show.
not, what we say may not represent anything we think or mean or do.
And
Or
a
us,
reflective
anyway.
of reality that we've ever experienced.
When I say I have a friend, I may not mean that. I could be making it up as I go along.
And when I say me, I refer to.
People will be
I
like,
don't know. How do I end
I'm going
up?
to have to edit this out because then everyone's going to think you guys aren't genuine.
just start asking me questions when I tell a story. Just like, what's her hair color?
Speaking
This
of
friend
which-
you're speaking of.
Question of the weeks.
Oh.
My
that
question
Campbell?
is, what is real talk?
What is real talk?
Real talk. What is real talk?
If someone's like, bloody bloody blah, hashtag real talk.
Like in a chat room or like a.
on Twitter?
Yeah,
I think I've heard
Oh,
people saying it
Instagram?
in real life. It started off on just like on Twitter and Instagram and Facebook.
I haven't come across that.
No.
No.
I mean, I can make something up.
I remember, isn't that rapper's song like he's sort of talking about his girlfriend breaking up with him, and then I know the Flight of the Conchords did a version of it.
Oh, yeah?
I haven't heard that.
Real talk. So, like, give
Do
me.
you guys have seen Flight of the Conchords?
I
Yeah,
think
yeah,
I think it's the
I don't know
episode where
which song.
Kirsten Wiig has a dog charity thing and they fall in love with him, and it's like
Haven't
real
seen
talk.
that,
It
but I
turns
want
out
to.
they were in love with the same girl, and it's like real talk. I don't know.
Real
No.
talk. So that's. You use it in, like. Can you use it in a sentence, man? Like. Is there.
No, that's why I'm asking you
Oh,
guys.
okay.
I'll look up the definition like, on
What is real talk?
real talk,
Okay.
urban definition.
Maybe real talk is.
Fanging around. Real talk.
Yeah, that fanging around.
Talking about real issues.
Real issues
Getting down to
Which
jiggy with
real
the youth.
issues do we talk about
in
today?
real time.
Can you have sex with a cat from a door
I don't
without
know.
being disgusting?
Is his penis barbed?
That's what it came down to. For me.
That'll be the clincher for me. Not that it's technically bestiality.
Yeah, it's,
I'm
I
gonna
stand.
be cat chick.
The
Oh, we're about to get an Urban Dictionary definition.
yeah, I don't even understand. I don't even understand the number one definition.
Oh, Urban Dictionary, half
what
of them are
does it
just
say?
like
Number
piss takes, though.
Number 2, noun, the philosophy
God.
of talking candidly and openly and honestly without fear of what others might think.
Ah, real talk.
So talking real.
Talking real.
Yeah, so it's like, I guess
No lies, just real talk. Damn.
you an adjective, I guess. Does that mean?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Usually for another's you don't have to. Usually for another's benefit to let them know of something that is usually hard to discuss.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh, like, as in serious shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. So saying something from your life that you may not.
But
be.
the first one that it says, and honestly without fear of what others might think.
Yeah.
That's what's like, oh, I'm going to say this no matter what, and you can't call it against me because I said real talk.
I think that's too harsh.
Barley's.
Barley. About barley.
I think that's way too harsh. I think with real talk, it's saying something that's real and genuine and true, but without saying it anyway, despite what others may think. In spite of it's not the same as not caring. 'Cause you still might be like, you know what it reminds me of. Have you ever heard of barefaced stories?
No.
Barefaced. It's like this thing in Northbridge at the Bird. And they do it once a month.
Oh, yes, you told me
get
about
up,
that,
Yeah,
yes.
people get up and they tell true stories from their lives. Those stories are real talk. Because they're some incredible, just raw truth stories that these people get up and say in front of an entire pub of randoms and just lay it down. I think that real talk, that's sort of just going up anyway. You've got the just sucking it up and just doing it.
Is there audience feedback? Do they applaud at the end?
Number 6, a term used for talking about things that are profound or meaningful. The opposite of Facebook.
Profound or meaningful? Well, yeah.
I don't know. What I eat for breakfast is pretty profound.
It's pretty... That's
Listeners, can you go to Listen Mail segment and email us in? When do you use the phrase real talk? I would like to know.
I hope none of your listeners ever use that phrase.
Don't alienate them. They might be real talk.
Sorry, real talk. It's okay.
Even better, listeners, provide us with an example of real talk that you may...
Yeah, like I think I might have herpes. Real talk.
Real talk.
Is that real talk? Like, is that matter of fact,
pretty-
or is it like?
Herpes?
Well, no.
I think the world should not have wars. Real talk.
No, that's lame real talk.
Lame talk.
I think
I have herpes, YOLO. I don't know if
That's it. I think it's part of the same movement. YOLO and real talk go together.
Movement.
I hate YOLO. I don't like it.
Yellow.
YOLO.
YOLO.
You only live once.
Oh.
YOLO.
Oh.
YOLO.
Oh, no, stop. Why acronise that?
Putting a picture of myself eating some pizza. YOLO.
I'm
Gonna
just-
have a cider. YOLO.
Lol, I'm just going to ruffle now. Oh.
Ruffling, because, YOLO. Oh, unimpressed look on face.
So that would not be an example of real talk.
Real talk about douches, maybe, and that's about it.
Yeah.
I really hate it.
I don't see why you didn't understand this first definition. It's pretty,
What is it?
Well, the first definition of real talk on Urban Dictionary is true. Semicolon. Truth. And then followed by, something I don't understand.
Yeah.
But the
So
example...
semicolon started in Frisco, now in Sac. What does that even mean?
Wait, read that again.
Yeah.
Well, the rest of it, though, like there's an example. Kid 1, damn, man, J-Lo's booty is huge. Kid 2, real talk, man. That's... true that is
That's-
what that
Oh,
effectively
okay. Well,
is.
That's true.
That's a lot less deeper than what I thought real talk
I thought
was.
you meant like
That's,
serious talk, like shit's getting real.
Yeah.
Like I just heard herpes, and I was
Shit's
like,
getting
okay,
real.
yeah,
okay.
shit's getting
Yeah, well, once
real.
again, but yeah, what kind of herpes? Ocular, genital,
just a bit of
oral. What is it?
There's oral.
Yeah, but okay, the
nasal,
second one,
ocular,
it's person A says,
sort of
dude.
playful oral herpes.
Person A says, dude, I'm coming to send her a carnation with a poem. It'll make her love me. Person B, real talk, brah. That'll backfire. You're an idiot.
My main thing is, where did bra come from? Everyone just started saying bra.
Bra?
Where does it come from?
I think it's people who are trying to say
bra.
bro, but they can't.
I'm looking that up.
Or you just get.
It must be
you give up.
Australian.
You give up halfway.
Because
through.
it drives
Hey,
me
bro.
nuts.
Brah.
I just got used to
Hey,
it,
bro.
Everyone goes, hey, bro, you want a chop, bro? And I just
Oh,
got
no,
used to
bro.
it.
Can't eat your ghost chops.
Well, fish and
Yeah. No, I don't want your
Racist.
ghost chop.
chips. Welcome to Racist
I
Corner.
actually met a Kiwi right after that at that drink driving ad with the like ghost chop thing came out, and they did talk like the people in that advert, and I was like, oh my god, you guys are adorable, that's so cool, say chop, bro. Luckily they were very tolerant of me, and so did say it and just smiled. But it was adorable.
That's a good ad. I like that ad.
Yeah, it's so good. Like, it got people talking.
Yeah.
What about how
Re-
funny New Zealand accents are?
Yeah, but also it was like putting they say that it's impossible to get through to young people about such serious issues, and one of the things that will get them talking about it, maybe not all about the issue at hand, but a way to get through to kids is through humour, because they don't take serious stuff on. They're not going to listen to, hey, if you drink drive, you could kill your friend, and imagine all that guilt. They don't really think about that. They just think, oh yeah,
Real talk.
Real talk.
real talk.
That'd be real,
Real
talk.
talk.
Hey, you could kill
Maybe-
your friend.
I think that's
Real
like,
maybe
Yeah,
real
yeah,
talk,
and then
teenagers will go, whoa,
Yeah.
no one said anything about real talk.
So it's there's this tension between YOLO, like, it's like, just be carefree, and it's like, no, man, real talk.
Real talk, you could kill your
Yeah.
friend and be guilty for the rest of your life.
real talk. Oh, so it's like, yeah, breaking it down.
But I think there is like a
Reality.
Cisco song, something that's like, real talk, yo. Real talk.
I'm looking, yeah.
One of those auto-tune
Whatever
guys.
happened to Cisco?
He's the greatest author of the greatest song of our
He
generation.
dated Samantha
King of
Mumba. I didn't realise that.
I'll be back.
Oh, right. Okay.
Don't say that. You'll never be back. Don't you know the rules?
I'll be
He's taking
back.
his notebook and he's running.
Real talk.
Real talk.
Oh, bra, I think, originated in the state of Hawaii. Because, yeah, I've heard
I saw it on
Americans
Blue
saying
Crush.
How do you spell Barleys?
I don't know. I always thought it was kind of Ballees or like spelt like bar. You know, like Barleys. Can't catch me. I'm Barleys.
Oh, I thought it was Barlees.
Oh, okay.
Barleys.
I don't
Sorry?
know. I've never written
I
it.
thought it was. I thought personally it was Barleys, as in Barlees. Barleys. I'd completely forgotten about Barleys.
That's exactly what I said.
Oh, awesome. Oh, they've got like a written thing about bra. Sup, bra? How's it, bra? Ah, bra, we go beach. Ho, bra, where you stay. Just doesn't make. It's called Hawaiian pigeon talk for friend. That is a really cute way of explaining it.
These lollies of yours look like breasts.
They're supposed to be like Lego style pieces that connect, but yeah, I've gotten a titty vibe from them.
What?
They're the
You can build
joiners.
stuff out of all these.
Yeah, look. Like obviously for like you make crazy flavors, but obviously for copyright reasons they couldn't make them square like Lego. But yeah, like on the cover they've got raspberry plus lime
There's some
equals
debate.
raspberry lemonade.
There's some debate on the tag article on Wikipedia talking about immunity, and people are saying, I knew it was Barleys, Balis, or Barleys, Barleys. Anyone know more about the origin of this? Someone says, I think it's spelled Barleys, but I don't know where the concept came from.
Is it Australian or is it a more widespread?
People saying it might have been a corruption of parlay.
Oh,
Parlay.
yeah, I could buy that.
That makes semantic sense, but I can't find a reference to it. And people are trying to look for it on Urban Dictionary, but yeah. Anyway, it's obviously never made the internet. Oh, Degrees, Great Aussie Slang, or Degrees. Degree.net says a word used to call for a truce, sometimes referred to as Barleys.
Barleys. That sounds like something we used to say in Two Square back in primary school.
Yeah, that's what we're talking about.
Barley. Oh,
Yeah, Barleys. You can't catch me. And, you can't get me on Barleys.
yeah.
Which sucked. That was cheating.
Yeah, I get really annoyed because it's like just as you're about to touch their body, Barleys.
Barleys.
And it's like, when did we discuss Barleys as an actual option? in
And what
this
is your
game?
reason for Barleys? You've got to have a reason. Not
Barleys,
I know, like I'm about to wet myself, so I need to go to the bathroom. Anything short of that, I will just tag you as it, and unless you piss yourself there.
Now, do you have a question of the week?
Yeah, I've got. I actually came up with a
notebook
few. Whole notebook. Oh, look at all these pages. No, but I'll just pick one, so I won't flood it. Sorry.
You have been fanging
Stupid pen.
all week long.
All week long. Don't stop. All right. Now, which question am I going to... Okay.
Are those calculations?
I know, I saw that.
Yes, they are.
Property
Oh,
of
I'm so
Rio Tinto.
embarrassed. They're my kinky
I do. Yeah.
ones.
Oh, man, look at that. Oh, P is greater than or equal to
yeah.
1.
Look at that gradient.
All right. Okay.
Parabolic curve on that.
So, parabolic.
There's just a bunch of nerds fapping at home to this.
You mean exponential, don't you? Okay.
Probably.
What has happened to this
What has
podcast?
happened? It's just gone downhill since I put my science and mathematics into it.
On the
God.
table.
Yeah, just got to put your foot down sometimes. Yeah. So all right. Which question? Oh, let's go with number 3. Okay. Let's see. So if
3 of how many?
3 out of... Oh, no, it's not 3 questions. It's... Okay, it's the start of... 3 of 3. 3, yeah, okay. So, you got movies, you got books, and you got music. You can choose one of these things, and you've got to discard with the other 2 for the rest of your life. What gets chucked out?
Everything but books.
So you can only choose one.
You can only choose one.
Sorry, movies, music, and books.
Yeah.
Movies. For me.
I'm going with fiction books, by the way. Yeah.
Movies.
Movies?
Because I can get my music fix out of that. And
So this is what you would keep.
yeah, I'd keep movies because I'd get music in there as well. I'd miss reading like hell. But I love movies, and I would get I'd watch The Breakfast Club every day. Just for the music.
It would be the soundtrack to your life.
Oh,
literally.
hell yeah. I'd be
Literally.
like, my life is a constant detention. But yeah. That's my reasoning. Yeah, I can kind of sneak two in.
Okay, well, it's kind of gaming the system. I didn't think about
Enjoy
that.
your book, Julie.
Will. Can drum it.
Just buy a book called How to Make Music.
Well, that's it. I can make my music.
my God.
I don't.
Well, I think this is a bit against the spirit of the question.
I don't think so.
I'm already spitting in the spirit of the question's face with the Breakfast Club.
Well, yeah. What
James?
James, what's your what goes? What stays?
I think I'll kick movies out first.
Oh, movies. Wow. That's a big call. Big call. Could you live like okay, so until you're 120 and you're like, oh man, I haven't seen a movie in 80, 90 years.
Yeah.
And
I
TV
wouldn't-
is not
Well, most of
included.
human evolution, I think we did that.
I'm really sort of losing interest in movies.
Can you watch TV though? Because if you can watch TV, I want to change my answer. Because I'm under the impression no TV.
No, we're going to go visual. Like it's kind of
Okay,
visual.
so this is film and television.
X frames per second. You can't have it. You can't have it.
So okay, so
you draw
don't
a
get
little,
TV
like,
then.
in a notebook
Let's just
and do
make
that.
clear,
Yeah.
James.
Yeah.
Because that was what I based my decision on.
And
I'm ripping away your options.
my instinct was to say books, keep books.
Yeah.
But I don't really read books anymore. I've read everything I've wanted to read.
Really? You've just called
Really?
it. You've called. I've reached the end. There's
Well, I
nothing.
bet
Nothing will ever be written.
I bet
about
you there's
ever
Well,
something-
he knew you'd ask this question
I
one
bet
day.
you there's something out there that I would want to read, but I just don't know what it is. Right, and there's no
Okay,
like
alright,
trailers for books.
No, but
Yeah,
there's,
well-
websites that you can put in the books you've read, the books you're interested in. They'll recommend
Yeah, but they
books
all
to you.
go. I've tried every one, and they all go. Or you'll like this because you like that author, and I'm like, no, because a lot of authors do every book is a different genre, and I don't.
Yeah.
It just annoys me.
right,
Like
okay,
every recommendation I have is wrong. I read these books and they're just crap.
A
and I'm
good
just like,
book is such a find. It's
It
like,
is.
You
You-
just get
Yeah.
excited.
I've
not obvious.
about 5
Yeah.
years ago, I just like, you know what? I'm only just going to reread the books that I like now.
Okay. So you.
Oh yeah, if your memory starts, my memory isn't as good as it used to be, and so I now read books, and I'm like, oh, I forgot that
it's
bit.
like new again.
Yeah, like when I was a kid, if I read something, if you made me read it a few years later, I'd be like, oh, I know that book, and I'd start reading it, and then just stop and go, no, I know it. Now I must have really early onset dementia because I can watch TV shows, I can watch everything, and like everything's brand new and amazing.
Yeah,
so
right.
yeah, I can read old books.
But yeah, so and Cam will be shocked if he heard this answer, but I think I would keep music, because
I was being Campbell.
he thinks I hate music, and I guess in a way I do because I just hate.
Unless it's Les Mis.
I hate all the music that other people like.
Okay. All right.
I only like good music. Other people just like as long as it's on the radio, they're like, oh my god, this is so good.
Look, I don't know if
that's
you've heard
how
of
it
this guy
works,
called
yeah.
Macklemore.
So
but
do your musical preferences are going towards like post rock, ambient, tunnel, mashup?
I just
real
I have
obscure
no
subgenres.
discrimination for genre. I just only like good music.
Okay.
what's like an
okay.
album?
So
what was
what
the last
constitutes
album
good
you got
music?
into?
Like a music that you can sing along to or dance to or zone out to. And
ABBA?
I'm just like, so many people are just like, oh my god, I love this band, so I'm just going to stick to this genre and this is the only thing I'm going to listen to. I'm just like, oh, go away.
But
It's like people like, oh, I love this whole album. I'm just like, there's like one good song on this album, you know.
It's rare to find an album where I don't think there's filler.
Yeah, if
I
it
think
was a
there's
good
two
album, there would be
albums, I
Yeah,
think.
you
it
wouldn't be
is
able to skip the
difficult.
tracks. You would just listen to the whole thing from start to
What
finish.
was the last song or album that you got? Because I have no idea what kind of music you would listen to.
Yeah, me Me neither.
I'm intrigued. Like, what
I can
music
show
do
you
you like?
I can show you what I've.
We see his iPod. There's 5 songs.
This
I can
is
show you my
standard.
Yeah.
I can show you my Shazam tags, or I can read them
I
out.
downloaded all my Shazam tags recently because I just got Spotify, like 6 months after everyone else, and it's so awesome. Like finally having all these songs that I kept hearing, and I'd be like at a wine bar, thrusting my iPhone up at the speakers, and now I have that song. The humiliation was worth it. What?
And it works that well. Like you can.
You sometimes have to double Shazam it, sometimes even triple Shazam
Okay,
it, but
so commit. Yeah.
I just refuse to ask the DJ what it's called because it's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
I know you're not mixing.
Because nobody
this.
talks anymore, you know. You've got to
Well, no, because it's
figure
always
things
a
out for
really
yourself.
like
When
intimidating
songs
Google
like, they
places.
get so probably because everyone's coming up to do it. They get really like, and especially I don't have boobs. Like I just be like, yeah.
No, they if you go up to a DJ and ask them a question like that, they'll just kind of be like, oh, and then act as if you're hitting on them and be like, here we go. Hey, little lady. Oh, sure, you want to know what that song is. It's like, no, I actually do want to know what the song is. You know, your DJ effect has somehow eluded me, and I've been able to keep my underwear on for all this time. So I don't like talking to DJs. I actually am friends with a lot of DJs.
Yeah.
So this is
How do you manage that?
I know. They actually say I hate it when people make requests.
my
They're
5
very
most
social.
recent jams. Devil's Spoke by Laura Marling.
Laura Marling's great.
Devil's.
Never heard.
Raconte
Oh, but I like
moi
it.
une histoire M83. Fly Me to the Moon, Julie London. While
Like the
You
Frank
See a
Sinatra song.
Chance, Steve Winwood. Heart of Courage by Nick Finnis and Thomas blah 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 something.
Okay.
I haven't heard of any of that.
Devil's Spoke. Is that like a local group? That first one?
I
You do-
couldn't even. I don't even.
Do
know.
they have violin in
What,
it?
what kind of music is it?
Laura Marling's
I can
kind
tell
of
you
like
my
a folky
all-time-
British singer
Sorry,
who's lovely.
I've gotten too deep with these questions. But no, that's okay. All right, so yeah.
Let's just
If-
play.
So so you would have a sound. I would keep music
Yeah.
because you don't have soundtrack to your life. You're like.
Yeah, yeah.
I have the Breakfast Club soundtrack. I don't
This
need
is true.
anything.
I do
else.
actually like rip the audio tracks from movies and just play them on my iPod sometimes.
Yeah.
Cruel Intentions soundtrack was awesome as well.
Placebo song.
Yeah, I'll just watch that movie and just ignore the incestuous, fucked up relationships going on and just listen to the music.
This kind of music.
My life's going to be
All-time-
so awesome while you guys all suffer with your books.
Song I have played most since 2002 is "Praise You" by Fatboy Slim.
Good
That's a
song.
good song.
Yeah.
"Giving the Key" by James Newton Howard. Second.
Okay.
"You Fascinate Me" by Carter Burwell. "Right Here, Right Now" by Fatboy Slim.
Yeah. Another good song.
Again,
Yeah,
this is
I
all
like
stuff
that
that I was
song.
listening to back in 2002 because I don't listen to my music anymore.
Can I just say a funny story? One of the first albums I ever got was Fatboy Slim's "I'm Number One, So Why Try Harder."
Yeah.
And the only reason I got it is because like all the kids were, "Oh my god, you know, it's so cool." And I'm like, I better get it too. But it turned out it was really good. And the funny thing is, I had it in my room, and one day my Nana and Granddad were over cleaning the house. And I was like, we want to listen to what the kids are listening to these days. So they put on this CD. And, it goes through the first few songs, cool. And then I think it's the third song, "Fucking in Heaven" comes up. And it's literally that line just repeated,
Yeah.
Fatboy Slim
for
is fucking in heaven. And,
And the teachers around you go, "No!"
Oh, God, let it end.
This is my last FM. My most played artist is James Newton Howard. Presidents of the United States of America.
Which song?
Enya. This is popular
Kitty.
artists. Enya.
Kitty.
Cat
I love
Stevens. Michael Jackson. Fatboy Slim. Van Morrison.
yeah, right.
I respect that.
7.
music.
That's my top 7 artists.
Very nice.
Then various artists is number 8.
Oh, various.
They're pretty non-shit
They're
artists.
really prolific.
Yeah.
Various artists. Wish I was as prolific as
Yeah.
various artists.
I just love that he's just like, just everyone listens to shit music. That's just his
I alone.
generalization.
know what
I know what
good
good music is.
Yeah,
And everyone only listens
So
to
many
shit music
people will
because they
go,
know.
I can't listen to Enya because people would think I'm silly or something. I'm just like,
Who do you know? I love Enya. You know,
I've
we're all
heard-
like intelligent
I've heard a
people.
lot of
that-
Enya bashing over the years, I've
Yeah.
got to say.
They're
I've
just
got
like,
horrible memories.
people have these so many locked into like, I'm not allowed to like this because my friends will think I'm silly, or I have to like this because my friends will think I'm silly. I'm just like, get over it. Just
Do you
like
just
good
like
music.
exclusively hang around 15-year-olds.
15-year-olds.
Oh, I don't know. It's just like a very young way to think. I don't know. Maybe I've cool friends.
I base mine on like experiences. Like I remember my nana doing this really weird dance to Enya in our kitchen when I was younger, and it just creeped me out. So I don't like Enya. Like it was just a really weird like
The nana dance.
Yeah, and I was like, I don't know what this music is, but I don't like it anymore. Just bad connotations were attached, and then I found out her name is Enya. And she's evil. She brings.
She's the unholy one.
Yeah, she makes the devil dance. But I mainly base mine on that. I get very snarky connotations attached to music.
Do you know, another thing about books is I'm more likely to want to write a book. And do you know in the United States that more people write a book after high school than read one book?
Wow, really?
Yeah.
No, bullshit. Really?
Yeah, go good. I don't know.
Okay.
So these people who are writing
check that
books haven't even read a book.
Yeah, because everyone wants to write their own autobiography or something. You know?
Do you know what? I've never wanted to write an autobiography about. I don't really see.
Yeah, maybe a fake one.
I'd do like a comedy or something, but not about me. Yeah. Like, oh, there was a girl. She had a twin.
Not even about that time you went to Mars?
But then how would it get back to them? It'll be like something they'll have to discover when they finally find a way to get to Mars and back. And I want to be around for the glory.
Yeah.
Okay? My life isn't going to get me that glory.
Yeah.
But that's the biggest problem that the book industry has is there's more people writing books than there are avid readers.
That's the biggest problem the book industry has.
Yeah.
Not Kindles.
I sense disagreement coming.
Well, the Kindle's amazing for the book industry.
Not so much for like...
Kindles, everyone pays for the book. You don't get people scamming and loaning books to their friends and cheating.
Those fucking libraries dedicated
I
to
know.
pirate baying books.
God,
No, you can download ebooks
Yeah, can I just...
all over the place. Torrent.
I just want to say that...
no, but it's on your Kindle.
I don't have a
It's
Kindle.
really hard
yeah,
to
because,
torrent anything on a Kindle.
Yeah.
It's easier to just buy it than bother trying to work out how
well,
to
if
torrent
you're
Kindle.
a smart...
Which is 1%
smart
of the
person.
population.
Okay, then you don't get a Kindle because Amazon are trying to monopolise the market. You get another e-reader.
Exactly, and those aren't the people... Who cares about that? Because they're never going to buy the books anyway. They'll find a reason to get out of buying books by going to secondhand stores, you know?
Oh, I love secondhand books.
Yeah, well, you're cheating the artists.
I know. Oh, okay. I like
Oh.
Agatha Christie books, so I think her
She did.
and her...
You might as well be Pirate Baying going to... You know?
Well, I don't know. I think that's...
What's the difference?
I buy the DVDs of her, the adaptation.
If they're going to shut the Pirate Bay down, they're going to shut down all secondhand bookstores.
Elizabeth has fought all her life to create this conglomerate of
Yeah, and
secondhand
she's making all this
bookstores.
money, and the artists are getting nothing.
God, don't be dissing on her.
How do you feel about, is it Sony that wants to put something on their new games coming out that limits it to, it's like, that limits it to one play. Like,
Digital,
Well, you
rights
can't
management.
use games.
yeah, you can't sell your games
Hell
on.
yeah. The game industry is dying because people go, they see, $70 for the new copy or $65 for the used copy, and they buy the one to save $5. The EA gets $65 just for nothing, and the studios who are dying and completely or shutting down all the time don't get a cent.
Gaming studios are closing. I've got no... I'm
I
just
thought the closing down
Are they-
keep being bought out by EA.
That's the great thing about
Are they really
the one
gonna
good
close
thing about
down?
Kindle is it forces people to buy one copy of everything per person. None of this sharing bullshit.
I thought the gaming industry was where the money was at. Like, I thought...
Oh, it's still huge.
But
it's still bigger than the movie
It's like the
industry.
Jerry Bruckheimer games make movies, but everything else is losing money.
I gotta say,
Oh, wow.
it's interesting with the game. Sorry, this is a digression, but it's interesting with the games industry. There seems to be a bit of a flourishing of the indie games with
they're not
tablets
making
and
money,
Steam and
Fucking hipsters everywhere.
which is kind of interesting. I think it's cool.
It's suddenly become very cool to be, again, you know, like the geek chic thing.
Yeah.
And then people are like, oh, real geeks are like gamers and they're like all this, like they keep trying to, the nerds are trying to really just,
Latch on.
yeah, and be
to
like,
this.
no, you're not. And now I've noticed lots of girls, like late teens, early 20s girls are like, oh my
I'm
God,
a
this game
gamer.
has come out. I'm totally going to play it.
I'm such a nerd. I
Yeah.
love Star
Oh,
Trek.
look at me. I'm going
Luke
to dress
Skywalker?
up as this girl. Oh,
But then you
So
add them on
he's
Xbox Live, and then you look at the achievements. You're like, pfft.
You are the true test of a girl's proper gaming clout. But it's getting really popular to be a gamer for
That's
like
crazy.
shallow girls now.
The problem with the biggest problem, and this is going to sound really sexist, but the biggest problem with females getting into sort of like console gaming
Is that when we die, you guys just like feel compelled, like you can't actually keep functioning. you just want to go and say,
you lose interest in the game.
that
and-
beautiful elf lady, she's dying. Everyone, bring your
The beautiful elf lady is more than likely played by a male.
But like my mum always tells me that, and my mum's a total feminist. She's the breadwinner in her family, you know, very high-powered woman.
Woo!
And she's like, you know what? Dad always has to back the trailer. You know, women are not built to back trailers. You know?
So this is what is.
Well,
this
going
is
back to gaming is that girls find it very hard to use, you know, first-person shooters and using the twin-stick controllers. You know,
Okay, I find first-person shooters hard because they make me nauseous.
it's just a girl
visual-
thing. You know,
it's
girls-
not a
Period
girl
blood.
thing. It's an age thing. It never used to happen to me.
It's all those bears coming
And I
around
could-
sniffing at
I
you.
don't- maybe not in the first-person shooters, but there are games that I could out stealth your bottom in any stealth game.
There you go. Challenge has been laid down.
right, but you just
Oh,
Oh,
so...
But I'm a girl. I can't use the
girls
controller. Oh my god! I just
get
mashed the
controllers.
button.
Yeah.
I don't know. Oh, so
No, but
these
I'm not saying they're not good gamers. Like I've never won a card game against a girl. They're just like, their brains going.
just like
Putting it out
gross
there.
generalizations about
Yeah.
male and female abilities. Like on one hand, women are such great multitaskers, but they can't
My
use
mum
a control.
just smashes me in letterpress. You know,
I can back a trailer up. It's
I just choose not to do most of that stuff. I'm like, I could, but I've got someone else to do it. I think that's basic human instinct. So I've got my dad who I can just call and be like, can you come to my house and change my oil?
there are plenty of men I would never trust to back a trailer up.
but
my
they
driveway.
think like
See,
with
my
sexual
dad,
connotations
once
intended.
my dad gets too old to do stuff for me, I'm fucked. 'Cause now I've got to actually start doing stuff. But he's got a lot of life left in him. So.
But I think once gaming gets
Yeah.
away from having to look into a controller, that will change. It'll,
Away from looking
Oh,
into
finally
girls
be able to play like a real
Yeah.
person.
yeah,
You'll be a
will-
real person.
girls will
then.
outnumber guys. Wow,
What's this
I think it's.
change from the controller? Like, I don't.
I'm pretty sure it's just practice.
No, well,
Gaming,
obviously
bring
we're
back
getting
virtual
towards the fact
reality.
where you don't have control. You're just in that world and you just do stuff.
Oh,
you know?
direct plug, like Matrix. It's
called real
Yeah.
Matrix. That's what
I'm pretty sure most of it is just down to practice because I never got to play.
Oh, I'm not saying it's like it's
No, but
physical.
like- no,
just
but I
like
thought
a
you
girl
just-
could never. It's just
No,
that
but-
girls give up
This may
quicker. They go,
sound
oh,
sexist,
this
but
is
like girls
too
can't just
hard.
No, but I've never really played games because I only had an Atari when I was younger. Before it was cool and hipster, I had to be the loser with an Atari while everyone had a Nintendo, and it was not cool. Anyway, someone got me to play Donkey Kong against them,
Yeah.
and they assumed I'd be shit at it, not only because they were a guy, but because I was used to using an Atari. But it turns out original Atari Donkey Kong
Wow.
really sets you up.
crossover.
I kicked his
Yeah,
ass.
but again, it's in 2 dimensions, and then you're on a
I know.
level
I'm
playing
just saying.
field. You know?
I'm just saying. I kicked his ass, and he was full on.
Jules is just going, oh my god.
Like he's.
Like
I didn't get motion sickness from it. It was.
women
It was
can't
just
see
a
in
joy.
3D.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
This is how can they play?
what is it? 3D? Like, what? Like,
Yeah,
Oh, the 64 came out, and I was like, "Whoa, man! I'm
yeah,
out.
exactly.
I'm just,
Give me
I'm
back,
just saying.
give me back the Super NES.
You get to just know how the games work, like, and I think there are more guys who devote their time to that than girls for whatever
I
reason.
bet
there
you,
are.
if a girl worked hard for a couple of years, she could learn how to back a trailer. Like it would.
I think it'd just take 1 or 2 practices.
it's like. You can't help yourself, can you?
Not sexist, but
Yeah. How did we even get onto this?
It was my damn question that.
Yeah.
My dad actually wanted a son pretty much and raised me as a son for so many years. So I'm trying to think of these things that he made me do. Like I've played rugby, I have done judo. If only I'd stuck at them, I could kick your ass at them. But I didn't. Because I'm a quitter, because I'm a chick.
Oh my god.
But you think
Just
it.
biologically, you just
Yeah,
They
but
just want to go have
you
babies
think
now.
girls would be good at video games because it doesn't require any physical strength, you know? I'm joking.
That's
joking?
right. Our
Right,
wrists
so, yeah.
just aren't made for it. We just have really.
They just keep getting in the way.
Just like I hardly ever use them.
Man, and then we look, like you say, all these girls are just running around and dying in a battlefield.
And then we just start menstruating all over the console.
What a disaster. What
and
a
it's like,
disaster.
well, I'm out of action for 5 days
Yeah, you
now.
lose your ranking on the
Yeah.
Call of Duty boards. And
Red flag, guys. Red flags. We're going on without you.
Barleys.
so what would you choose, right?
Back to me. I knew this day would come. It's,
When you first asked the question about a week ago.
We've all put forward some pretty good cases.
there's been some very good cases.
Actually, we've all chosen one each.
You have.
You
Oh,
can
this
join.
is the
Who are you siding with?
Which two will be
Well-
lonely and who will have a friend?
Well, I find it very difficult. I mean, I think the movies are the first to go. Yeah, I know. Sorry, but
Cut his mic.
but you gotta like when I was. I don't know. I've always been a reader. Like I was that kid in high school who'd go and get out the Discworld series and just would go home and read every night.
Nerd.
I love the total nerd. But
Says the film.
But then music, like it's also pretty awesome, and I listen to a lot of RTR, so I get a pretty
Oh, he's cool.
yeah. I'm cool. Well, okay, I don't.
So alternative.
Alternative. I don't like everything they play. Especially
You must.
around the
So do you
lunch
mock
hour
people
is
like?
bad.
Oh,
That's
you
why I
listen
have
to
an
Triple J.
iPod
I
and I
listen
just
to
play the music
RTR.
that I like.
You listen to RTR, I just get a folk band following me around and make up limericks as
Yeah.
they go.
Well, I just strap a mandolin to my back and beat that.
Captain Corelli, is that you?
So I've kind of dodged the question. So what I'm trying to get at is music and books are really hard a choice for me.
Choose one. Choose one.
don't.
Stab the other in the heart.
No, get up.
Get the knife. Aim it. Where's it going?
It's easy to recreate songs yourself and music yourself than it is to recreate.
Unless you're tone deaf.
I'm gonna have to go spirit of the question, which was eliminate it completely from my life. I think I'd have to pick music, although it's pretty damn close. And if you ask me
Putting it
tomorrow,
out there, radio plays, not allowed. That's not fair, 'cause that's almost a book and almost a movie.
Are you eliminating two or just one?
no, I've eliminated movies, and now I'm eliminating books.
Okay.
But I'm saying it's close, and I'm saying if you ask me tomorrow, I don't know if I'd have
So you
the
guys
same
should just
answer.
hang out and listen to Fatboy Slim or
Yeah.
whatever.
Hailstorm.
Jules and I will just hang out and not listen to music together.
Right here.
You'll be listening to music through movies.
Right now.
I'll just come and hum it to you, and you'll be like, I'll be like,
That sweet sound.
did you read anything interesting? I saw this movie. It was terrible. It's a really good book, actually.
But you know, if let's say I'd only seen one movie and I liked the idea of movies, and I had all the movies I've seen in the past ahead of me that I hadn't actually seen, I would probably pick movies. It's just I don't see many movies coming that I'm like, I will miss them terribly. Like, obviously, I want to see all the Coen Brothers movies, but I mean, I've seen so many good Coen Brothers movies. It's like, I can live with that.
You've got the archetype in your mind of
Yeah.
the ultimate Coen
I
brother.
guess if you go blind or deaf, though, I'm kind of shooting myself in the foot because I haven't really decided on one. You guys are all prepared, and I am not at all.
Yeah.
What
I'm
would
gonna-
you rather give up, eyesight or hearing?
A lot of women actually
Hearing.
apparently say eyesight because it would mean that they would let go of a lot of their. There's a lot of low self-esteem chicks out there.
No.
Did those Dove adverts mean nothing to you,
I was
Julie?
going to say, they'll just start feeling themselves. Go, oh, I can feel my fat, and
Yeah,
You
no.
think it
There's
would
like a lot of
transfer to
chicks out there who've said like they had to choose.
Oh God, it's so.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're a pathetic culture.
We're a pathetic, subsection of humanity. Just
Pretty much.
James is right.
I think I'd lose my sight
I
just
just
so I
said
could
you're
listen to
bad
music.
at 3D video games. Jeez.
For your feminine
Do you know, it was
wiles.
amazing when I watched Avatar. I was like, wow, there's a whole
Yeah.
dimension that I was missing.
Man, Avatar. Oh,
That's not good.
yeah, it's not good.
But no, like apparently there are chicks out there that needy. Just putting it out there, Jules. Just,
Oh no,
Just to
okay, I
depress you a little
understand the
more.
pressures that women face and how they end up thinking stupid things like that.
I just not want to have to watch a movie and not be able to hear any. I couldn't stand having to read a movie. I'd rather just learn Braille and.
Oh, so you don't watch foreign language movies? You don't read subtitles?
No.
Yeah, but foreign language
H-Pole.
movies.
That was
Vital
really
Day.
annoying about the Pirate Bay movie. That was all subtitled, and I realised I have to watch the movie and can't just listen to it.
Yeah. But foreign movies, usually when you see a foreign movie, it's because it's ridiculously good. And so it's been worth the money to distribute in another country and get translated. So it's like, okay, I will commit to this. But I watch a lot of trash movies. I don't want to read
about-
a trash
Have,
movie.
have
What
you
about-
never watched an SBS movie? Erotic Ghost Story 3? I mean, movies that have been translated.
Yeah, but like not another teen movie. I will watch that sometimes for the lines, but when I actually see it written down, I'm like, oh, I'm just
You realise. Yeah, what it is that
wasting
you-
my time.
Not another teen movie.
Yeah, I love that movie. But,
I do too. The
but
slow
if I had,
clap.
but if I had to read,
That's everything to me.
but if I had to read that,
Yeah,
if I had
no.
to read that movie, I would not be able to deal with that.
Oh, you'd miss the slow clap.
Yeah,
Yeah.
unless it
Yeah.
was a hilariously bad
And
translation.
you won't get to
'cause
see that
has its
that
charms.
girl who's naked.
Which one?
That's a girl that's naked.
The European student.
Oh yeah.
Is this American
She actually
Pie
gets her
now?
bats out.
It's every teen
and she has
movie.
birdies flying around her.
No.
What?
So yeah, there you go. There's the.
So, okay, so it
Yeah,
was
that's
eyesight or vision or
Yeah, eyesight
what would
or
you
hearing.
give up?
I'll give out eyesight.
Reason
You wouldn't be able to hear people speak.
could be a plus. Means
what-
they would
problem
never
I-
have to hear another fanging around.
This is a big conflict I have with girls, right? Is like they want to Skype you with the video on, and I'm just like, this is so stupid. I have to sit here just staring at you. Like, I'd
Not
rather.
even getting your tits out. What is the point of this?
Well, I've seen them before. I'm like, can't we just talk on the phone? I can just imagine you naked. It's way more powerful than just some
actually
crappy
seeing it, yeah.
standard definition image.
You are a charmer, James. I wonder why they don't
Oh,
want to get
isn't that
their...
romantic? I thought it's nice.
People
Like,
can
it's
hack
like
into
you can
Skype
close your eyes
sessions. So why would you get naked for them?
and long distance relationships. I
what
tell
if
you,
other people
Fred and
see
Zoe
it?
are probably doing this right now.
I don't know them.
Sorry,
I don't wanna know.
Fred knows.
Do you think Fred is listening to this show?
Oh, he's
Naked as we speak.
He's probably
Just
not. 'cause
imagining
He's too busy
what you're not
Skyping.
wearing.
Yeah.
So you just pretty much want to cut to the chase and get away with not having to Skype bitches anymore.
No,
No, he wants to talk to them,
I
but
want to
not
talk
see
to them
them.
and just imagine them laying next to me. You can't imagine them laying next to you if they're, obviously on a computer screen.
And they're going, "What are you looking at? What's going on there? What? Oh, you broke up. What? I can still hear you, but what? You what?
30 Rock.
What?
It's totally from 30
Well, if
Oh,
you're
is
just
it?
using audio Skype, the quality's
Then she
better.
is
You're not
bang
getting
on.
that. Well, you have a question, Julie.
Not really. But I was going to say, I agree. There's nothing with the whole Skype thing. I'd rather just talk to someone
Yeah.
than watch them and talk to them. And then I can, read, well...
I just don't like.
You can just be,
Yeah.
whatever. Like, yeah.
I could, I could be walking around with a cordless phone. Oh, yeah, well, mobile
Yeah,
phone
yeah.
these days.
No, I've
entering the
had
21st century.
platonic female friends who are going through some crisis, and they'll literally call you up and they'll be on the phone for like 4 hours just talking, and I'm just playing video games. I play through all of Far Cry 2 listening on the phone to this
You're
girl.
such a good friend. I gotta say though, like sometimes I'll talk to my mum. She's just discovered Skype. Bless her cotton socks. And I'll be like, oh, I'm about to go to sleep. And I'll be like lying back in my bed. And you just see this.
And she can
jabber
see it.
that-
And she's like, why are you
Yeah.
listening to me? And that's
Well, no.
why you shouldn't...
My mum doesn't actually question it. It's just me suddenly catching a glimpse of my little Jabba the Hutt. Like, because it doesn't matter how you try and position it. If you're like half past that on a pillow, it's not attractive. And even though I'm not dressed to impress when I'm going to sleep, I'm just like stunned by how awful I look. And it's like, I actually look ill. Like I'm really pale and there's all these shadows under my eyes. And I don't want to see that. So that would be why I'd say no. And then there's my mum. Hello, how are you?
That's It's why I like
bobbing
podcasts
around.
so much. Like, once podcasts are as easy to listen to as like watching YouTube videos, like they'll just blow them apart because you can do the washing, you can exercise, you can drive, you can,
Wouldn't want to exercise to
Yeah.
us. We're just so.
There's no beat. Yeah. If you could just provide that the entire time.
They were like, really think Natalie should keep doing that in the feedback comments area. She really contributed a lot more than usual.
Backing track.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Screw you, fanging around.
Is there any more
Fang
answers?
number 12.
Any more answers? Oh, to the.
Eyesight or...
Are we poking out your eyes or are we smashing in your ears?
Oh, I've been asked this question. Oh man, that's.
Never gets easier.
Yeah, I know I just said music, but I think I have to lose hearing. I reckon.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you plan to get your future wife or current wife? I don't know. A lot of plastic
Yeah.
surgery, and you want to really be able to appreciate the investment that you'll be putting in.
No, it was more about like I can't really do calculus and all these other kinds of
Braille it?
things. That's real. I wonder if Braille calculus exists.
Do you have
That's,
to type Braille? How do you type it? How do you write
How do you write?
if you're blind?
in your on the phone, it reads what you're what you're touching out to you.
That would be awful though, because what if you're getting a sexy text message?
Yeah. Well, you meant
Oh,
you wear
baby,
headphones.
I'm so ready for you.
Well, that's Stephen Hawking's wife's experience.
Didn't she beat him?
I did
yeah.
hear. Oh, was it him? It was him.
How does he beat her? Like, not being rude. Hey, that was pretty bang on. If that's how she sounds, I didn't sound that different.
You had the computerized thing down pat.
I took the train a lot as a child, so I learnt the next stop, Sherwood. The next stop will be Clarkson, and non-stop till Oak Street. All those people listening. Not in Scotland.
Scotland.
Oh, Pert. That's the thing. We're not Pert. That's what Scotland has
Pert.
over us. They a lot of people pronounce it Pert.
In Scotland, really? Is that a Glaswegian thing or more of a
I don't
northern
know.
sort of?
It's all Scottish to me. I don't really know the sub-Scottish
Okay.
areas, but I would just like they'd be like, "Oh, where are you from?" And I was like, "Oh, I'm from Perth in Australia." Pert.
Pert.
Irish say it as well. It
Yeah.
sounds more Irish, but there was definitely some Scots who said
Pert.
Pert.
I remember the E gets really.
Did you just say hello to me? Oh, I'm totally sending you a filthy message.
Are you two texting each other?
He just sent me a text. What should I say to him?
They've lost focus.
Yeah.
These two.
I
sorry.
just sent a very important message.
Yeah. If we need another question, I can offload it.
Oh, baby. Stalk
Okay.
me like I've paid with credit. Stalk me hard with my Google Maps.
Wait, Google Maps.
Oh, sorry.
Messages. One new item.
I was very proud of that message.
Messages. Buddy message. Oh, baby. Stalk me like I've paid with credit. Stalk me hard with my card.
Yeah.
Williams. Heading.
That's going to be played all night. Once we leave.
Just on a loop.
Yeah, just remix it.
And he'll get that bit where I was going.
Oh, he's going to remix it.
Remix.
Yeah,
Definitely remix.
I want the Nat remix playing next week.
Siri. Button. Usage.
So is this
Siri's such a useless bitch.
Yeah, I'm getting really sick of her
Spotlight
voice.
search.
is that her name? Siri. I've always wondered
Siri.
how good is Siri?
She's shit.
She's shit, is she? Because I've got a Windows phone.
Siri, I hate you.
I'm doing my best.
Oh, Siri.
What's my name? Oh. What's my name?
What's my name?
You're asking me. Bitch face.
I told Siri that my name is Bitchface. That's the only good thing about her. She doesn't know any of the maps. She doesn't know any of the local
Oh, she's just a girl. I
eateries.
mean,
Oh, just always asking if she can have a red flag day off. And I'm like, Siri, what am I paying you for? But I don't pay her.
I'm paying you 30% less than I'll be paying a male.
Got there before.
Rhett, thanks for coming on your
Thank you
first
very much.
Fangin' Around. Thanks for being the voice of science and sanity on this
It's
podcast.
awesome. Well, yeah. at least half of that. Anyway.
Do you have anything to promote? Do you have a Twitter people can find you on?
I don't have a Twitter. I've got a historical relic that I could play for people. It's on my phone. It's a short thing.
It's a theme song from a TV show?
No, back in the day, I was considering doing a podcast.
All right,
last year, and I got as far as making
Red FM.
Red FM. I got as far as making a theme song.
All right.
Yes, we need to hear this.
Need to hear it?
Yes.
So this will be my...
Is this a sad thing?
This could be the
It's not
Fangin'
sad.
Around theme
No.
tune.
Well,
There already is one, isn't there?
Oh, and he has a Windows phone.
Is there?
feel sorry for me. It's pity me. Maybe throw me a few...
Is this a
dollars.
Windows 7 one as
Is
well?
that a bad thing? A Windows phone?
Let's see. Oh,
Well,
I
I've
think
got
it's
an
okay.
Android.
You're listening to Red FM. Red FM.
God, sexual
Ritual healing?
So what was the topics you were going to discuss on?
Well,
No, I haven't got that far yet.
I'm pretty excited now.
That is amazing.
Set the tone of something.
If he comes back, can we just introduce him with...
Just talk
It seems-
slowly into the microphone.
He'll
You're
be
talking to
my
Dr.
voice.
Red.
We all need like professional wrestler style themes so that we can just walk in with a belt and be like, yeah! And you've got yours.
Fred did donate a sound before he left the podcast. Did donate a soundboard so we'd be like,
Hello.
boom, and it goes, oh, it's sexual red time.
How have you not gotten that out yet?
Oh, I haven't worked it out yet.
Tempting.
Natalie has Twitter. You should tweet her. Get her back on the system.
No one cares
Um,
about me.
Jules, do you have anything to promote?
For any trailer backing up tips, as a woman,
Pass them on
I
to
have
me.
nothing to promote.
So many things I
Apart from
want to say.
cheap shots at James.
Don't forget, we've just added Flatter, and if you flatter us, there's a chance you get first offer to join the Fang Bangers Club, which will be our
I'm not
official
going to be
fan club.
here if there is such a thing.
What is a Fang Banger again? Did I miss that?
No, our fan
That's,
club is
from
going to
True
be called
Blood.
Fang Bangers.
Oh,
Or
okay.
from
all right.
the
That's
Sookie
all right.
Stackhouse books.
Yeah, you can find us at fangingaround.com. Don't forget to find the Lister Mail page. There you can write us an email. You can send us anonymous messages. You can send us audio messages, and we'll play it on the show. A little voicemail. We'll catch you later. Bye.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.